you again. As we just said, Micah, season 2, episode 3, and then
44 overall.
so we can see if we can drag that out a little bit more, make it even harder.
Maybe we just start all over. Just do 3.
Like reset, like you hit 100,000, just reset.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll try that. I don't know if I got a button on here to reset it.
Okay.
I'm Matt Tanner.
I'm Micah Harris.
Thank you guys for listening again this week. Before we get going too far, mention our partners with us, Mercy Phoenix Healthcare Staffing, and talk to Jody. I started to give him a hard time because he is a huge Alabama fan.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally had a text typed out because he went to the game Saturday.
Oh, no.
And I had a text typed out, but I thought, man, Mizzou, and we're going to Mizzou.
Oh, ain't no telling what we get this weekend.
if we lose. So I thought, you know what? I just won't say anything to him this week. He was pretty fired up. As big.
No, but we could send something if.
Oh, you you can count on that. If Mizzou happens to beat them, the
ribbon comes.
The iMessages will be burning up for sure.
As long as he spells my name right. Oh, that was Marty. Marty spelled my name.
Right. So, but we're very proud to have Jody Cheney and Mercy Phoenix as part of our partners, or one of our partners, and we're glad that they see the mission of what we talk about every week. What we're trying to do is is bring awareness to obviously Sikeston and the things going on here and the school and all of the good things, just like we had Pastor John McAfee on last week, right?
Yep.
Talking about the church and then talking about Day 366, which is recovery. And I know you're a part of that as well. So we're proud to do that. But as we say all the time, a rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Yep.
And so we're very proud that Jody is a partner with ours. And again, Bizzle Lawn Care, Green Grass guys, my grass still looks good.
It does still look good.
It still looks good.
I bet the football field still looks good. I ain't drive by and look at it.
I bet it. Well, mine. There's a lot of fescue in there. They use a lot of Bermuda, so it's going to start going dormant here for too long. That cold Bermuda does not like cold weather, so when it starts cooling off, it starts turning brown. Right. But it's still in really good shape. But mine still looks good. I'm gonna have to mow it again. That's the problem with having grass in the winter. Is got to mow it. So anyway,
think you live in Alabama or something,
right? Again, shout outs to Luke, my son, for the graphics that we see on the screen, for Aaron, my wife, for putting up with me and allowing us to do this and take time downstairs. Justin used to be our chief tech IT. Now he's just been relegated to general counsel. Deej, obviously, for our stats and our knowledge. I can't forget Tucker Cheney, who now is our chief IT. That and the general counsel are very lucrative spots with us. I don't know. I mean,
we'll give them a raise.
Absolutely, I'll give them a raise. Tucker came over last
I'll pay them 100 times what they made last week.
That's exactly right.
With us.
right, yeah, not with their current job. And Tyler Anderson, Twisted Arrow Woodworking, for our doghouse sign on the wall. We appreciate him making that for us. And again, like, follow, share the doghouse on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube-ish. We were just talking about it with our guest. I've got one episode loaded out of 43, so
we're waiting on SEMO Fiber.
That's our next. That's the next excuse. So yeah, we're waiting on SEMO Fiber. So I'm not sure what I'm going to say.
Which is soon.
Yeah, they've got it staked off, and they told me I had to put in an outlet down here by the where they're going to bring the wire in, so they could plug the modem in and kind of put it on the wall. So I had someone come do that for me that can work with electricity and not shock themselves and probably
burn the house down.
Right.
It's an important part of it.
All they do what?
That's an important part of it.
It's a huge part of it, and not to get shocked. Get your knocked in the dirt.
Something bit me.
Yeah, exactly. And you can catch our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. There's a whole bunch of them, and it's on our website. Our website is thedoghouse.buzzsprout.com. Our email address, doghouse.sikeston@gmail.com. And I always put a link out there with that's the embedded player from the website. you can catch it on there. And there's a whole bunch of other ones of some of the different podcast mediums that I have never really heard of, but we are out there. So anyway, and we still have our swag. Got T-shirts if you want.
Seen some the other night.
Yeah.
It's always
we
exciting.
went. Yeah, absolutely. We went to the first ever.
First annual Bulldog Madness.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Bulldog Madness. That was give credit where credit was due. I had zero to do with that. That was I'd say that was Emmy Watkins.
And
She was the girls' head coach at Bloomfield for the last several years. We were fortunate enough to have her here as the girls' basketball coach, and that was her idea. We talked about it when we had her on here back in the summer, and she
I think she got with Matt and kind of got going.
Yeah, Matt Johnson, our new AD. They got that, and it was very nice. They introduced all of the winter athletes. The girls played.
They played 2 quarters, 6-minute quarters.
2 6-minute running quarter scrimmages. The boys played 3 because I don't think they have enough for a freshman girls team, so we had the freshmen play some the JV, and then the JV and the varsity had a scrimmage. So there were actually 3 6-minute running clock quarters for the boys, and then they had a joint skills
competition where you had to shoot 2 right-handed layups, 2 left-handed layups, 2 free throws, and 2 3-pointers, and then first team to dunk one.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, what? I didn't realize it was going to be 2 boys and 2 girls. I thought it was the boys against the girls, and I'm like, no. Okay, time out. And then
it wasn't explained the most
right, and then they were turned around. They're like, "Would you read the instructions?" And I go, "No, that's why I always have a handful of screws left at the end of something. When I put it together, I've got screws and bolts and nuts left at the end. So no, I'm not going to read the instructions.
I'm not putting a hall tree together this year."
Oh my gosh! Oh, if you call me to do that, Micah, you are on your own.
I didn't call you that day. My lovely wife did.
I was going to say, my sister called me, and she's like, "Would you please come help Micah put this together?" And I was like, "Well, this doesn't sound like a good idea."
We did it. We got it.
We did.
With your help, and I appreciate it. That's probably my grievance this year.
There was some angst, and there was
with me.
No, just I hate those things.
Oh, me too.
Are you guys on TikTok? Do you watch TikTok or on Reels or whatever? You ever seen those average dad crash outs?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's me.
I was about to have one that day.
Oh, I can crash out in a minute, man.
Glad my wife doesn't video a lot of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I would be right there.
Oh my gosh, man, I'm lose what religion I have when that stuff comes around. Holy moly, I get ready to throw stuff, and it's infuriating. But
we got it together though.
We did. And I think
I'm not saying it was the best, but it's together. I may have broke a piece or two.
We kind of
Jerry.
we improvised a couple of things. We're like, that's supposed to just kind of snap together, and we ran some screws in it.
Listen, C+ is a passing grade.
D's get degrees is all I can say, right, David?
That's right.
Absolutely, D's get degrees. So we're, but Micah, this might be our shortest ever intro.
It is. We're kind of in between seasons, but I think we're going to talk a lot of sports.
We are
in a few minutes. Anyway.
We're absolutely going to talk a lot of sports. So we've kind of shut that. Did you mention the 44s?
I did
We're on
not
episode
mention
44.
The 44. Was it Reggie?
Jerry West, Reggie Jackson,
Hank Aaron.
Was he 44?
That's what it says
Hank
with
Aaron,
the Milwaukee and Atlanta Braves.
Okay.
Willie McCovey.
Willie McCovey.
I'm sorry.
That's McCovey Cove, by the way.
We do have a Cardinal here tonight.
Oh yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Goldie, our ex-Cardinal, should say.
It says Chris Webber with the Washington Bullets, Wizards, Sacramento Kings.
I thought he was 4.
Yeah, I think he was mostly 4.
But I'm saying with the
Well,
Washington.
he was 4 twice.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe
it's very true.
Maybe the other teams he played on 4 was already taken. So but
certainly could have been.
Yeah. Bo Outlaw, I guess. Orlando Magic. And this week, actually, John Riggins is 44. It did say that he wore 43 in his early career.
I did not recall
I
that.
don't recall that either, but I mean...
Google lies sometimes.
Yeah, well, ChatGTP, that's what we want to lie, right?
For sure. Yeah. For sure.
Chris Pronger with the Mighty Ducks, Blues, Oilers, and
I was going to say, Pronger was a Blue. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about...
Okay, that's a good list. Elvin Hayes, he wasn't on there, but I think he was 44.
I didn't see him on there. These are just kind of the most famous. So
it's a great number.
Great sports.
It
number.
is. I mean,
It's a good even. It's a good.
I mean, you
like
can be-
squared number.
You can play any position with 44.
Exactly. 100%. All right, Micah. So since we ran through, I feel like we ran through it. I'm looking at it. We're almost 11 minutes.
Okay. Well,
Right?
I think last week was 18. So
Usually we're like 30 minutes into this thing, but we've actually it's.
I did have somebody that was listening to the podcast. He's like, "Y'all rambled on too long." So,
Listen, I appreciate it. I do the intro to our show, and I feel like I breeze through it in maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, I told you. I told our guests. I was like, we're going to start chasing rabbits, so we're not. We don't breeze through much of anything. So we try not to drag it out, but we do sometimes.
we've kept them in suspense so long.
That's right. I'm going to introduce our guests now. All right, folks, buckle up. Today, the Doghouse is hosting the dynamic duo of SEMO Sports Talk. You know them from SEMO Sports Zone with Drew and Dave, the show where the bold takes are free, accuracy is optional, and arguing is basically a team sport. I'm sorry. I read it, but I didn't pay attention to that. This is they are very accurate. I apologize for that. They are very accurate. That's incorrect. David Jenkins has covered Southeast Missouri sports since before half the athletes were even born. That's actually true.
That is true.
And Andrew Moore is the only guy who can turn a box score into a heated debate in under 30 seconds. They've got opinions, stories, predictions, and probably a few things they'll regret saying later. I don't know. That's probably me that will regret saying some things.
Oh, I guarantee
I don't
it.
know about that. I feel like there's tons of things that we say that we're just like, oh, well, we'll see what that happens next week.
Right, exactly. Hey, guys, so we are welcoming in David Jenkins. Andrew kind of goes by Drew Moore. Welcome to the Doghouse, guys.
Appreciate being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. We were. I was just telling them. I came from practice, Mike. I was telling Andrew and David before you we were talking about it. Came from and Deej was like, hey, who you got coming on? I was like, well, SEMO Sports Zone with Drew and Dave, and he's like, you're a rival? I'm like, yes, our bitter rivals. Yes, very bitter. No, it's I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to Sean Ryan. Listen to a guy named John Kiriakou. He's an ex-CIA guy. I listen to you guys' podcast. I listen to some of the other ones I listen to. It's called Daily Brief. A guy used to be in the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
Our Presidential Daily Brief. I listen to him. Something more. I can't remember his first name. And I listen to those. But it's common for podcasts to have other podcasts on there.
Yeah,
sure.
It's really, Joe Rogan's had a bunch on. Sean Ryan's had a bunch on. That Joe Rogan or Sean Ryan had on that Brett. I forget her name now. She's a lady. She's really sharp.
Well, I mean, I know like Locked On,
Yeah.
Locked On SEC. They'll do like each week they'll have the opposing person on. Like so, if they're playing Oklahoma this week, they'll probably
Oh, they have on their podcast.
like on Mizzou's
Oh.
podcast, like Mizzou's Locked On.
When you talk about any sports podcast,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a billion.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I listen to most of them. I mean,
Yeah.
Hard My Take and Joel Klatt. I mean,
Right.
they just had an episode together. So
Right.
obviously those are two podcasts I listen probably back to back within the week.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's just kind of one of those
Well,
things.
I know they're not the podcast world, but like Bill O'Reilly and Stephen A. Smith and
Well, I think-
Cuomo.
Who?
Was it Cuomo or something? Like
I thought you said something else. It's
no,
like what?
no.
Cuomo has one. Talking about.
I think they actually did a live show, like
Well,
together.
yeah, McAfee has one,
Mm-hmm.
and they have other guys on there. What did you guys? Speaking of that, I told you we were going to chase rabbits. Did you see the one McAfee had on where the guy, like the UFC guy, was yelling at him and no, it was a wrestler. I'm sorry, he was a
Doesn't
wrestler.
that happen a lot on his podcast?
Well,
with,
they probably. You think they choreograph some of that
I
stuff?
don't think they frown on it.
WWE, I guarantee it.
That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
it was a newer guy coming on, and he was a.
Well, ESPN owns the rights to them now.
Well, I
And McAfee's
guess.
an announcer for WWE.
Yeah,
McAfee is.
Yeah.
yeah, he does some work with them. Yeah,
Oh, see, I didn't realize that. Okay, yeah, that's probably choreographed in there.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
would-
was watching that and I was like, this dude is really getting mad. And McAfee looked honestly shocked that this guy got mad because, like, Triple H was helping this guy, and and this could have been an old one. Maybe it was, but he said that you're not as good as him, and the guy was like, wait a minute, I'm the champ, and I don't know. now I feel like an idiot because it probably was choreographed. So, yeah. No, really, Sting really hated. Okay.
Ric Flair, he beat them all over the place.
Right. So, how did this come about? I mean, did you guys know one another?
Not at all.
Not at all. So, just kind of on the basis of A Corp Sports, we were originally YHC.
Yep.
Tyler Wagner worked with that.
Did you work with Tyler?
I worked for him a little bit out of high school, just to help with like maybe a Saturday show, something like that.
For those that don't know, Andrew's like, what are you, 19? I'm kidding.
29.
I'm kidding. No, he is. Yeah. Go ahead.
And so we kind of had that contact with David. David was on that show a few times, and we kind of thought about it. It was just like,
you called some
would
stuff
be,
with him.
Yeah.
He'd be a really good just kind of pick. Just to do extra things.
Sure.
I've been thinking for a little while. It's just like, well, we want something else to do besides, our broadcast.
Yep.
I suggested a roundtable discussion if we could do it, and it's like, well, we kind of settled on like we've got an open space for a podcast studio if we want to do that. So maybe we'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not as well versed in just like analytics, stats, everything like that as much as David is. So honestly, I mean, I think he carries the show, and he was the perfect pick for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how it came about.
Really?
Yeah, they just they called me up and said, "Hey, we're thinking about doing a podcast. You interested?" And I was like, "Well, yeah," because I had just left the paper and was just kind of working at the city. Wasn't involved in any kind of high school sports anymore, and it was just a perfect time to call. We sat down and had a lunch and
Went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Well, that's where everybody goes to discuss
Places where deals are
podcasts.
made.
that's where the deals are made. And Andrew and I got along really well, even though he's a Michigan fan and I'm a Notre Dame fan. And
okay, time out. It's over. I'm an Ohio State fan. Sorry. Michigan, you got to leave. I'm sorry. Sorry, today we just have SEMO Sports Zone with Dave.
Listen, my boss, he signs my checks. His kids are all Ohio State fans.
That's
His brother
exactly.
is up in Columbus.
Exactly.
And I just have to ignore that. fact.
See, that's why I love Barry. I knew he was an Ohio State fan.
but yeah, we got along really well,
Yeah.
and we just thought we'd see where it goes, and it's went pretty well so far.
Yeah. Now, how many episodes? How many do you know?
We just released episode 53. I believe.
Oh gosh. And it's weekly, correct?
It's weekly right now.
Yeah.
We did bi-weekly, or no, sorry, we did twice a week. Maybe about 6 months ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
somewhere
for,
about.
for basketball, and
yeah, that's true.
then we're then we only do once a week for football. So
Okay, so you do.
That's a bunch of doo-doo.
You put out 2 episodes per week during basketball.
We did last year.
Okay,
That's a lot to do though.
it's
Yeah.
a
I was going to
lot.
say that would be very time consuming.
We
We
Mike-
do one typically a week. I mean,
Yeah,
and
Mike and I, we work other jobs. This is certainly not paying our bills, and scheduling and getting, meeting with people and setting that time up. I mean, you guys are very generous to come here so we can record, and so I understand you. And you guys, it's typically just you two, right? You don't have guests, or do you?
Yeah, it's mostly just us.
Yeah.
I've interviewed a couple people, but that's about it.
Right.
As far as it goes.
Right.
Which, I mean, we would totally be fine with having more guests. It's a lot of, like you said, scheduling, everything
Yes.
like that. We record on Sundays. I keep David out of church
Yeah.
for the podcast.
You heathen!
yeah, we
Both of you.
Yeah, we Sunday mornings is because it's it's just hard to find time,
I totally get
and
it.
so we kind of settle on Sunday mornings, and
Yep.
we kind of work with that, and then we were doing during basketball season we were doing Wednesday nights, and it's in Malden, so it's a drive over every time, so
Right.
it gets to be a lot.
Right. You heathens. Sunday and Monday and Wednesday, you pick church time?
well, that's the day that sports are usually.
I start to say it's the
I
only
know.
time the games aren't going on. It's-
Exactly.
Well, I've noticed over the last couple of years that probably has been a change. There've been more sporting events on Wednesday as opposed to like what it was when I was in school.
yeah,
I
never.
was-
But when we were in
Southeast
school,
Missouri, back in the day, there was nothing on Wednesday.
yeah, Wednesday was dead night.
I mean, even the conference tournament, they weren't playing Wednesday nights. They would skip that night. I understand. That we can have opinion about whether it's good or bad, but that's the way it was. That's exactly.
At least we haven't got them on Sunday quite. Well, we did. We played a game last year on Sunday, didn't we?
We did.
yeah,
we
and
had,
some baseball games are being played and stuff on Sundays and stuff now.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
That tournament, the shootout we went over.
Oh
to
yeah, no,
with
for sure. The
Springfield.
Principia deal, we did go for that. Was a Sunday, and that's the only time. Boy, I'm gonna have to go back into the Wayback Machine. I don't recall us ever playing on a Sunday. I mean, maybe we have. Well,
maybe
at that same
remember a couple
tournament,
times.
maybe.
I remember a couple times like. I'm originally from Charleston, and a couple years ago, like there was a flood, almost like and lightning and stuff, and there was a rain out on Friday night for a football game, and they rescheduled it for that Sunday afternoon. That's been years.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Yeah,
I don't recall. Well, that's interesting. So you guys record on Sundays, and then you release
Monday morning.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I knew it was Monday. Okay, that makes sense. So, and then Andrew, you do the editing.
Pretty much everything.
He does all of it. He does every bit of it. All I do is
carries
show up and talk.
That's what I was going to say.
That's not true. You take immaculate notes as well.
He carries the analytics, and you.
Yes, I'm there.
That's right.
I show up too.
Well, and that's how
but you got an opinion, so it kind of.
I have opinions. I go to the games, obviously.
He does. He does.
And then I like to host the show. That's where I think I find my follow through with everything. Is
I love it.
I can push us to the next topic.
I love it.
Yeah, because otherwise I'll sit and talk all day about one thing. So.
Dude, I mean, we've built a podcast around talking about Sikeston.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to the king of being able to talk about something.
Find your niche. I mean, that's great.
Yeah. And
we've ventured out a little bit.
We have. There have been some people like, hey, you need. And we had Minner on last week. He was really good.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. I know you guys sponsor him. He talked about that for a minute. He loves the sponsorship. He's a great guy. Does lots of really good stuff with his kids. We talked. Did we talk about he gave us an update on his mom? She's doing good.
She's doing better.
Yeah, she's a lot better. Did we talk about it? I think we were going to talk about it. We talked about it before, but I don't recall us mention. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But she's doing good.
I think he did talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, she's doing a lot better. Boy, that was quite an ordeal. I didn't realize it happened when they went to the World Series, and she was down there since August. Like, holy! He said 100 days from the time down there till the time she came home. Wow. She was down there about 90 days, and then spent 30 days here at Delta South. He said rehabbing, and then now she's at home. I know, quite a deal. But we're excited to have him. Like I said, we've had him on. We've had Briley Palmer and Brad Korn, the head coaches at SEMO. They want us to we're going to try to get Tuke down here at some point. We'll see if we can get him on here.
That'd be a fun one.
Oh, for sure. I know Nate Savarino. He's an assistant athletic director. They threw him under the bus and said he needs to come on. I talked to him, and he was like, we'll see how that goes. So maybe I can get Tuke on. Maybe we can get Brady Barkey on. Speaking of that, do you see what they announced today?
What?
They're staying in the OVC.
Oh.
We had on...
We had somebody that suspected that they may be leaving.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. One of our guests told us, and we did not mention, I won't mention who, but he told us, he said, I think they're leaving.
I'd heard all those rumors myself, but
right.
What's
they
so
decided
strange?
to stay.
I'm a SEMO grad.
Me too.
I worked athletics at SEMO too. So
I don't want the OVC to go anywhere.
No. Well, it always surprises me every time I go back in that gym and I look at the banners. I'm just like, I don't even.
Correct.
Where did half these teams come from?
Right. There's no Belmont, no Murray up there, for Jacksonville State, kind of all of them.
Well, that Southland and them have almost kind of combined in football, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they said Little Rock and Tennessee Tech are leaving now, which, according to that press release, said that left 8. Let's see what
8 football, 9 basketball.
There we go. That's it. I think that's right. I was reading the press release that Brady put out, at Brady Barkey, and it said that there was 8 football and 9 basketball. So,
are we going to get to keep a bid?
I think as of now.
I was
going to say, I guess the NCAA decides that.
As long as you have 8, you're good. So
is that the qualification in your conference?
Yeah, because when the Pac-12 went, they lost all their teams, they were like, well, you have to have 8 in order to get a bid for the basketball tournament and things like that. So they've got to have 8. They gave them a special, if they were really good, they would give them a bid or something for a year. But I think you have to be a conference. I think you have to have 8.
Okay. So then now they're in the Big Ten, which is so odd to me.
Yeah.
Ohio State played UCLA, and I'm like, that's just odd. Or Oregon played Penn State. You're like, what the heck? It's just a weird.
Yeah, it's a weird
dynamic.
It's weird. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it, though.
No, I don't. It's odd.
Is it Rutgers and
Yeah,
USC.
I mean US. I mean they can't be further apart.
Rutgers and Washington. You want to see that have conference game?
Exactly.
That's a trip.
Exactly.
And it's not just football and basketball
yeah.
we're thinking about. You're
like volleyball, soccer, all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like
That's quite the ordeal.
That's a lot. That's a lot on the student athlete. I mean, I would, because I would imagine they would probably have road trips when those are like multiple trips out east.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
Even in the OVC, they'll try to do like a men's and women's, like on a Saturday. They'll have
Yeah.
both play Tennessee State or whatever. They bring in both the men's and women's teams at the same time to play at the Show Me Center on a Saturday. A lot of times, I'd seen that. We went to the first two games, the last two games at SEMO to watch Trace and PJ. There's actually been a decent crowd. I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, they played St.
Thomas. Evidently, they were pretty good.
They were really good.
Got Lindenwood coming up, don't you?
In January.
Yeah.
Yep, January 15th, as a matter of fact. SEMO and
That'd
Lindenwood.
probably be sold out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would think that's going to be a big crowd.
Oh, that's
going to
be a big
for
one.
sure.
Yeah. And then they played, they beat the brakes off some team. And I don't know, they feel like they had a hangover against St. Thomas. St. Thomas was really good.
Oh, they beat that Webster.
That's who it was. I thought they were saying the Warlocks. It's the the
The
Gorlocks.
Gorlocks, because it's on the way they explained it on the on the cast was that they're on Gore and Lock, like the two streets.
Gore and Lock Street. Yeah.
Gore Lock.
Is that what they're
Yeah,
from?
the intersection of?
I thought I looked up Gorlocks. I thought it was
What's
like
their
the
mascot look like?
I looked at. I thought it said that it was like the horns of a beast or something. I must have found a Wikipedia page or something. I don't know.
Wicca, you
That's
sure
how
it
they
wasn't
came up-
Wikipedia, it was Wicca.
Yeah. So that's how they came up with that name. Okay. Well,
I learned that from Eric Shawn.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly not going to counter Eric Shawn. He knows a whole lot more than I do about
Listen,
that.
I mean, you look at half the colleges, like even like big time colleges, and how they got their mascots, how they got their names. It's sometimes the most ridiculous stories I've ever heard.
Like wasn't the Billikens like a bread company or something like that?
No, it's like a.
It's like it was a doll.
Yeah, it's some kind of
famous doll back in the early 1900s.
Well, one of my favorites is Cincinnati because of the Bearcats.
Bearcat.
Obviously.
It's like Dexter. What is a Bearcat? There's no such thing.
There is such thing.
Is there?
It does not look like that whatsoever.
Yeah, not at all.
It's this weird, gross creature that smells like corn.
What?
That's true.
Smells like corn.
Yeah, it smells like popcorn or cornbread.
I'm getting my Kookaburra in.
Oh my gosh! If you've listened to the past few weeks, of course we had Minner on.
This is like 5 weeks in a row. I think I got. Maybe.
He said it's going to be the Mississippi County Cuckleburs. That's what he want to call them. He keeps saying the Cuckleburs. I'm like,
Cuckleburs.
oh, we can grow them around here in the sand. That's for sure. You probably don't have any over in Dexter, but we can. Grow them.
Plenty.
Oh, do you?
Plenty. Oh,
So Bernie, a long time ago, used to be the Sandburrs.
Oh,
Look at that! You said you don't have stats.
see,
That's-
look at that.
I knew about that from last year. We did the Starter County conference, and that was like one of the fun facts. I don't remember who brought in like
No
a big book
kidding.
of just like old articles and things
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
Barry Beecham.
Barry Beecham.
Yeah? I've heard
he
that
knows
name.
all that Stoddard County history.
Doesn't he posts a lot on Facebook
Yes,
on
he
that
does.
certain?
newspaper clippings from way back. And
Yeah.
it's just awesome stuff he's got.
man, we got to get something like that done.
What's that?
We got to get a book like the.
Well, we had Coach Vic on, who was our football coach here for a long time, and he brought it was from the start of Sikeston High School through
92.
92.
So you've seen it.
I've got it, and I've extended it through. I've got like a bunch of extensions.
What?
For it. Yeah, I've got all the records of
Hang
every.
on.
We've talked about
Micah?
We've talked about doing this day in Bulldog history.
Yeah, I've got all the records of every football team in Southeast Missouri that they've ever played.
Okay, you gave that to Deej
Yeah.
for our football broadcast.
Yeah, that's
this
how
year.
I have all that
Okay.
all that stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm writing this down. You see me scribbling down.
Yeah, I see you
That's
scribbling.
29 minutes. Okay, so you brought it forward.
Oh
that
yeah,
book?
I've got every single game in Southeast Missouri that anybody's played.
What?
I've even extended it up to like the up around the North County, Farmington area. I've got some of those. But I mean,
I
I've
know.
extended it. I mean, I've got
No kidding.
yeah for every
This
football.
is why David's my co-host.
And
I
then-
mean,
And then
I
basketball, I just have the yearly records, but I have each game and every game score of every game played in Southeast Missouri.
what?
Yeah, I've got.
Did you go what? Just to Bluff? Is that your farthest west, or did you pick up Donovan?
I've got Donovan.
Do you really?
Donovan, Bluff, just any team in Southeast. I mean, every team in Southeast Missouri now. I don't have like the South Pemiscots or the who had a team and don't have a team anymore.
They had a football team at one time.
Yeah, in the 70s. Yeah.
I don't know
Man.
that
Did
I knew
Bloomfield
that.
have one at one point?
Bloomfield had one in like the early 1900s. I don't have like those teams. I have like Jackson and Sikeston, all those Dexter, all those back in the early. I mean, from the time they started playing. But like some of the, if they can have a team now, I didn't go back to. I don't have like Bloomfield in the 20s.
So like
That was Dale Forbes.
you know how Kelly.
yeah, Dale Forbes did
Yeah.
the book. Yeah.
So Kelly had like one football team, and they went without one for so long. Do you?
I
have
did
the-
not recall.
I just have whenever they restarted.
restart it.
really.
But I have.
Are you putting that in any sort of publication form?
I just have it in a binder. I mean, I just have
No
a
kidding.
nice little binder, and I've got it, split into teams, and yeah, I took it over to Deej, and he was, he looked through it, and
Yeah, I did. So I that's terrific.
yeah,
I'm glad somebody
why
is taking the
people
time to do that.
A lot of people need to listen to the sports.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's right. I got all kinds of old
useless
stuff that-
information.
yeah,
right.
a lot of
As I
useless.
always say.
a lot of useless.
Well, that's awesome. I had no idea. I was just sitting there thinking it was to 92,
Mm-hmm.
and Coach Vic brought it to me when we had him on
Mm-hmm.
here. I took it and I copied it, and then I scanned it. So I have a hard copy, and then I have a digital copy,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak, and I gave it back to him. I'm like, I don't want to lose this thing, and because I know there's a few copies. I think there may be even some at the public library in
Yeah,
Sikeston.
Yeah, there's some there. Like I said, I've got one myself,
Yeah.
and I think Derek's got one as well.
Yeah, and I texted Brian James. Of course, he said, "You mean this?" and took a picture of it
Yeah,
and sent it
yeah.
to me. I'm like, "Okay, you've already got it. I
Yeah.
should have known." So yeah, those guys are super statisticians and follow that
Yeah,
and keep up with that.
Deej and I get along really well because we worked together. We had all kinds of stats. and-
Are you? You're on his award-winning butt-kicking trivia team too, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
What's your name?
Comfortably dumb.
Instead of comfortably numb.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It seems you're downplaying that because every time I look up and they go, "We were at a trivia thing, and y'all won," and I'm like,
Yeah, we've won a few. Yeah,
"Hey, you've
won quite a few
yes,
actually.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. That's interesting. I'm very glad to know that actually.
Yeah.
That's terrific. That's terrific. See, now you just need to put it in some sort of publication. Maybe you and Irwin.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
We're gonna get Irwin. We'll get, I know
you get
Irwin
a
pretty
third book
well.
out of that.
Yes, he
Yeah.
could.
I started to say I got enough for 2 books. Really, I've got enough for football and basketball. 'Cause
Right.
I like a basketball. Like I have every team record that's in Southeast Missouri from
Back in the day.
from beginning to end. Yeah,
No kidding.
coaches.
Oh my gosh.
Who coached them, what their record was.
We've got to get that, Mike.
I've got a Bloomfield Christmas tournament book that has every single game that's been played, every all tournament team, every box scores of every championship game. I've got I think you saw it last year for the, we did our Bloomfield Christmas tournament. But yeah, I keep that updated every year. I mean, it
Got
has
scores all
everything.
the way back from when they used to play with peach baskets.
Yeah, that's right.
when he was around.
Yeah, I was just a little guy just out there just watching all these games. Yeah,
Nate Smith himself.
That's right.
yeah. I've always been kind of a stat guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
when I was a
awesome.
kid, I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. I was cutting stuff out of the newspaper, sports box scores,
Right.
and I've just always kept always kept up with it, and I just keep track of it. And when I started work for the paper, I had easy access to everything, and just started keeping up with it. And,
That just fed your
yeah, just
fed it. You scratched the itch.
yeah
With that,
and,
then didn't you?
then of course Deej and I worked together for a lot of years, and we both just had that had that stat thing about us,
Yeah.
and both Notre Dame fans, got along really well. So
Yes.
we just always
Yes.
it's just easy to keep up when you got someone helping you back and forth.
Did you go with him? No, who? He went to a Notre Dame game. Like he drove up and drove back in one day. Who was
he
that?
and Chris Popst went to
Pope,
that.
that's right.
Because I had
that's
went the
right.
week before.
That's right.
And was taking pictures of, I went with my wife, took me to a birthday, for my birthday. She
That's
took me
what
up
it
there,
was.
and I was taking pictures. And then the very next weekend, I'm like, here they go they're like, they They didn't want me to have all the fun, so
That's
they
right.
took off the
That's
next
right.
weekend.
That's right.
I would love to go to a Notre Dame game.
It is awesome. Just awesome.
Touchdown Jesus.
Oh well, I'm not necessarily a Notre Dame fan. We've Micah and I and my brother have tried. This would be our
Fourth, right? Auburn, Kentucky, Mississippi State,
and now,
Oklahoma.
we've 4 years in a row. We've gone to an away Mizzou game.
Our goal is to go to all.
Try to go to all the SEC schools.
That'd be fun.
Ole Miss
Auburn, we're gonna go to Ole Miss next year.
The Grove.
I've been. I went to that game. It was back in 2013. Justin and I went with actually Pete Kennard and Kevin Collins. But Auburn is a pretty special place. I'll have to tell you.
It's eerie, but it's pretty cool.
It is.
It is haunted. I'm gonna tell you.
What the heck's the name of it?
Jordan Hare.
Jordan Hare.
Yeah.
Man, Mizzou lost in the way Mizzou normally loses a game, and they
Pete,
won.
remember he fumbled the ball like
Reaching across, fumbled it out of bounds. It just and then Auburn scores. I was
and Mevis missed the field goal.
Yeah, the thicker kicker missed a 12-yard field goal to lose. But anyway, we digress. I told you we're going to start chasing rabbits. So, go ahead.
I was going to ask, so you just talked about basketball and football. What's your opening day? Is football or basketball?
Which do you like best?
Which one do you prefer to cover, or you enjoy covering?
I'll prefer to cover. Basketball is the easier beast.
Oh, really?
It's much more contained. You don't have to worry about the elements, things like that. Football, that's the sport I love. So covering football, I love it. But basketball, if you ask my crew too, it'd be like, we like basketball better.
Yeah, I love football. Football is my favorite sport by far, but basketball around here is just kind of a different beast. It's just, you just like being a part of it, and
of course.
It's just fun, and it's just so I it'd be tough to choose between both, but give me a Friday night basketball game that's jam packed, and that's hard to beat.
It is a different atmosphere.
Yep.
The way people kind of turn, it feels like there's a switch that's flipped of football season, basketball season.
Yep.
And expectations for teams just skyrocket way up too.
Have you ever got to go down to Alabama or Texas or anywhere and watch some high school football?
It'd be really cool to do so, just to know how much they care about it.
So when we went to the Auburn game, we stayed in Birmingham. I thought Birmingham was 30 minutes from Auburn. No, it's 2.5 hours. So we stayed in Birmingham and then had to drive.
Which actually worked out fairly decent.
It did. I just wasn't anticipating another 2.5 hour drive down to Auburn. But anyway, so we get there early on Friday and we're driving down, and Micah and Justin were like, what are we going to do when we get there? Because we left here in the morning and it's 6 hours, whatever, to Birmingham. And they're like, let's go to a football game. We went and watched Hoover and Mountain Brook. Both, it would be like watching.
I would say there was 8,000 to 9,000 people in the
Oh, it was unbelievable. Wow. Division I talent everywhere on the field. It would be like watching.
I'll be honest with you.
As good as Jackson is, I'm not sure that they could play with these teams. They're just different.
Yeah, that's different.
And I'm not. That's not a knock against Jackson.
It's 11 in, 11 out.
Yeah, It's
my sister and them live in Alabama, and they live in a little small town, and there was only one kid on that team that played. Well, he actually ended up walking on with the Giants. He was a couple years ago when they did that pre-season. He was one of those. He was one there, but he was the only kid that played both ways.
They're specialized.
Special teams come in.
Yeah.
Boom. 11 in, 11 out.
Which is unheard of around here.
Absolutely.
But you had 100 kids on the sideline.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And
they were wearing double numbers and everything.
It was legit. It was a different level, and Hoover I think Hoover ended up winning, didn't they?
Yes.
They were both ranked in that they're like 7A.
One was 7, one was 6.
I think. The big classes in Alabama.
We only count up to 6. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's it was just different.
Yeah, football's a different beast, in the South and in Texas, and
Yes.
it's just different than it is here. It's
But
just,
vice versa, that's what basketball is here.
Yeah, you go to a high school basketball game down there, and there's nobody. And, here you go to a gym, and it's packed.
Ain't that
and
one of the
it's-
reasons the Twins went
That's
to
what
come?
the Long Twins, when they
Yeah.
came here, they said that for the longest time, you couldn't even practice basketball during football season. Like if you weren't playing football, they would have to go like to a church or something to play basketball.
yeah.
They couldn't even play like in the gym after school or whatever, which is, I mean, whatever. I get it.
Well, I do always think it's funny now too, and my mom always told me about this because my brothers both played football and basketball. Is like the expectation from when your football season ends to you being in basketball form is like get there now, because this is the sport that matters.
Yeah, it's different.
Well,
Now, Dexter's turning that when Dexter.
Absolutely.
They're becoming quite a handful in football, and they're really good.
I really like Jamerson.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
really-
he's a good
Most
coach.
likable coach I've met in a long time.
Jamerson's always been a good guy.
He's doing a great job. There's
Former media guy playing. He got his degree at Mizzou in communications.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
So he's
did not-
got some literacy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He knows how to work well with the press. so
right,
that
right.
Makes him even more likable.
They enjoy interviewing him.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's right. So what do you guys? Let's talk a little bit about SEMO sports, or SEMO high school sports, I guess we should say. We talked a little bit about SEMO a while ago. What do you think the overall state of sports in SEMO? I mean, as far as as compared to like years past, or just things that you recall, how do you compare this and with just in general, like in football, basketball, kind of all together? Do you think the sports are better, worse?
You know, it kind of just depends. I feel like for football, I feel like it's rich get richer. You see that
that's
a lot.
true.
A lot of these bigger schools that were good last year. I mean, we talked about that on the show even yesterday. Just the parity between schools, especially bigger schools, feels like it just stays pretty neck and neck. You know, for smaller schools in football, I mean, it's tough. I mean, football's a tough sport to play for a lot of small schools, I would say. For basketball, I mean, I feel like it's a toss-up every year of who's good, who's not. And I feel like that's good. It injects a lot of drama into things.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
you had East Prairie last year.
Yeah.
They've not been terrible, but they won their district and went to where'd they play with them? Was that quarter or sectional?
They played in the sectional.
Sectional.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like you said, you've had a team kind of come out.
but that was their first district title ever.
Right, that's
first
what I
time,
mean. So you've had an East Prairie come out. Woodlands kind of burst on the basketball scene in the past
Couple years.
2 to 3 years. They've started to have a good team. Again, not that they've been just terrible in the past, but they've kind of come out.
For me, it's kind of like, okay, back in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, it was all Portageville, and you had Scott County Central.
Yes.
Your smaller schools were dominated by the same school every year.
Yep.
You had Hall of Fame coaches, you had great players, and now you don't have that, but you have a lot of different schools. You have a lot, like I said, a lot more parity, and you just don't have the dynasties that you had.
I beg to differ a little.
Well, I'm talking smaller schools.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking small
Okay.
schools.
No,
the
I agree.
Portagevilles, the Scott
Yeah,
County
you're right.
Centrals, the
You're right.
Advance in the 70s, and Charleston's there for the
true.
long time.
That's true.
And honestly now,
Even with Sikeston, we won state title, and I'm not. It's tough to win in those.
yeah,
bigger
and that's what I was
classes.
getting ready to say. Is it's really tough to win once you get class 4, 5, and 6. It's just really tough to win those, and then
Well, you don't know who you're going to come up against.
Yeah, every year somebody different, and you got and St. Louis with their the enrollment situation that they have up there just makes it really tough.
Yep.
But you got so I would say Sikeston's about as close to a dynasty as you have around here now,
Yep.
just because
Consistently good.
Yeah.
right.
Besides Jackson football.
For the last 20 years, I'm basketball
Yeah,
wise,
exactly.
and obviously football wise, yeah, Jackson is just they've got it rolling.
They are the standard.
They've got it rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are the standard. Yeah, you're right. I didn't really think about it that way. But Portageville, Scott Central,
Bernie had
Bernie,
a great run with
they
Coach
were-
Hale,
they
and
were really
just
good.
it was just a small number of smaller schools that just dominated every year. But then once these coaches kind of moved on, and things kind of it's always cyclical, and things kind of moved on, and now you've got just a bunch of other schools kind of popping up here that you haven't seen.
I think you have a 2-year spot that teams will just pop up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can kind of see the writing on the wall. Just like, okay, 7th, 8th grade, this team started to look good. Freshman year, they're starting to really look good.
New Madrid to me is that team that you're talking about. Not that they're terrible, but all of a sudden they get some players, and they know, the fans know, the folks down there know, Kind of like when they had Willie Jimerson. They knew he was coming, and that squad was really good. And then obviously the beast that they had the last 3 or 4 years with BJ and Jadis, they knew they were coming, and they rode that.
Yeah, it's just a roller coaster. You have a few good years up, a few good years down.
They were so young last year. I mean, they played several freshmen.
They've got 5 freshmen that at some points were on the court at the same time. So
yeah, I think they're going to be good. They're up and coming for sure. You know, this team, in my opinion, gets overlooked because they're in Class 6. But I think Jackson is a really good program.
Yeah, they've got it.
Coach Scott, in my opinion, I know Darren, he is an outstanding person, and I thought he was a really good coach. That I thought he got a lot of grief because they win their district and they're playing Chaminade, or they're playing CBC, or they're playing some kind of juggernaut. I mean, holy cow! Talking about competing with that.
Yeah, and fans weren't happy. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just tough. It's tough when you get in Class 4, 5, and 6.
Well, you're alienated from a lot of the towns around here because you think about like the competition you're playing. I mean, that 1, 2, 3 spot for a lot of teams is like this is where the competition is. This is where a lot of your rivalries are.
Yep.
Once you get into 4, 5, and 6, it's like, well, you're thinking about districts, and then past that, I mean,
it's a crapshoot.
What do you have?
Yeah, exactly. I think Risco is a good program that's been I think Brandon just does such
He's
a
a
good
fantastic coach.
I really like Brandon. I think he does a great job with his kids down there, gets them ready every year. We went down, what year was that? That's probably during COVID. Sikeston randomly didn't have a game on Friday night, and Micah called me. He goes, let's go to Risco. And I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
I think it was like their homecoming or something.
Yeah,
I'm
love that gym.
I do too.
Love that gym.
What a great gym.
I guess this year Puxico is going to be the team, right?
Yes. And speaking of that, we play them at home, by the way.
Yeah, that'll be December 22nd.
Yes. I told them, Michael, when I was sending the messages, I said, I'll try not to turn everything towards Sikeston, but I'm not doing such a great job far.
Is this podcast Sikeston?
I don't know what gave it away kind of thing, right?
I mean, like, is there like a year that you can think back and like, oh, just Southeast Missouri sports was like, I'm thinking of like 2003, 2004. Like, there was just so many, even professional athletes to come out of that class.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Those early 2000s. I mean, you're special with a lot of the guys you had coming through, and
William Moore, Jimmy Jackson. You had Hansborough in basketball. You had
Blake DeWitt,
Pride. You had Brandon Barnes, who I think
just getting ready to say.
People always forget about him, how good he was.
He played for the Redskins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
played at
Ravens
Mizzou.
Wasn't the Ravens and Redskins? I think.
Yes. Yeah, and he was a 99.
99.
I was gonna say 98 or 99.
Yeah,
99.
I remember I was at Charleston then, and I remember him just
an
he was a great athlete.
Yeah.
Yes,
and just a great guy too.
I was just gonna say I didn't know him as well. I know his parents, some of the most pleasant people you'll ever want to know. Just unbelievable. Mr. Ed, Miss Beverly, just the finest people you'd ever want to meet. Just great folks. Yeah, you're right. A lot of people look past him. Of course, before we were talking about James Wilder, but it seemed like there was a gap kind of until that time. And you're right, that early 2000s, man, there was a bunch of people.
Yeah, there was a ton. I mean, like, if they weren't going pro, they were going college. I mean, you got
Division
a lot of D1 guys.
Coney Eagley was just right past that.
Yeah, right.
Otto Porter.
Otto Porter. Yeah, you're getting into some guys now. Yeah. That's the Coney was 08.
I think 8
so.
or 9, yeah. I think something like
And then Otto was
11 or 12.
No,
something like that.
Yeah, or 10,
maybe 10.
Right through there.
Yeah, right
somewhere.
Didn't we play? It was the year we
Sikeston played them twice, and that was in what was that first game?
Michael Porter was senior
2009 was the first one because the ice storm.
That's right.
2009.
We got it. We got the game in,
and then 2010 played them.
That's right, and I think that might have been his senior year.
Yeah, so 10.
I think that's right. That's the reason I was kind of trying to figure that out. But yeah, what talent, man! Holy moly, we've had some talent come through this area for sure. And then we're even forgetting about what's the guy from Donovan Rogers?
Oh yeah, Matt Rogers.
Matt Rogers, 6'10" or whatever. And where did he end up playing? Did he play like Southwest Baptist or something?
I think he went to Southwest Baptist and then played professionally after that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
right.
he kind of grew another inch or two once he got to college and really blossomed after he got out of Doniphan.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. I just love hearing about these stories. And I know you're not with the paper anymore, and I haven't seen A Corp necessarily do anything on this, but the paper does here locally. They'll do like a spot on some of the kids in the area, like how they're playing this year.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy those to those kids because they can move on, and there's some big time arenas here. There's one of the things we'll talk about in a minute, but you can play Sikeston on a Friday night, Bloomfield, Cape Central, Poplar Bluff, Risco, some of the smaller schools, and really get to some venues and atmospheres that are electric. And then they go to nothing wrong about playing, because the fact that you're playing college basketball or any college sport is such a minute number of all the kids that play, but it's just a different level. And sometimes they get up there and they're like, well, crap, where's the crowd?
Yeah.
It's different when they get there.
It is a lot different. Yeah.
But it's what are some of the venues that you guys like to call from? What are some of the most electric venues?
See, I take this all from kind of a dual perspective. I mean, of course, I like seeing all the crowds and everything like that, but I also have to set up camera and cable all the time. So, I mean, Sikeston obviously is one of the best ones. I mean, you get a really good game, or you get SEMO Conference Final, anything like that, where it's just like packed. Ask anybody, can I stay here for like a second? They're like, no.
Right, you got to go sit down or move or something.
I think that's a different atmosphere. I mean, there's smaller gyms. I like those too. I mean, Bernie, a lot of people say they don't like Bernie's gym, but I like Bernie's gym.
I hate Bernie's gym.
I've been to Bernie gym one time, and
I've been there. Sikeston's played some games down there.
See, I come from the perspective too. My mom used to tell me stories of just like, we used to try to go watch your brother play at Bernie, and we'd try to sit by somebody, and they'd say, we take up all these seats that the Dexter people can't sit here.
That's a rivalry.
That is a huge rivalry.
Yeah, that's a definite rivalry there. That's why I don't like Bernie gym.
I understand.
My wife's from Bernie though, so I have to,
that's why I'm not a big fan of the Charleston gym.
Well,
right? Actually, I shouldn't say. I don't mind it. It's small, and it can
now that they got rid of all them stripes on the floor. I mean, like,
it gets crazy in there.
There's something about Charleston's gym though, and I think it's just because of how storied it is. Like,
you get nervous walking in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, there's like, it depends on the team that you're playing, or who, like, even like on those 6-man shootout games. You could just feel some animosity between crowds too.
I like walking in the Charleston gym. It just smells. This has a different smell. Just a different. It just smells like a gym.
Well,
just
it feels
an
like,
old gym.
I think Bloomfield has that.
Yeah.
It feels like you've been teleported back to like the 80s or the 70s.
I tell you what.
And you're walking in, banners hanging everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
for
and
sure.
not district ones. I mean, you got.
No,
there are
different.
3 gyms I love going into, and that's Sikeston. I love going into when it's packed, and it's just, and maybe it's nostalgia because I've been here for so long, and you go in there in those packed games. I mean, it's
absolutely.
It's just a great feel. Bloomfield on a championship Friday night, or whatever championship of the Bloomfield Christmas tournament or the county tournament over there, it's just amazing. And going into Charleston because it's going to be packed whenever that thing's packed, and it's just kind of has a different feel when you walk in there. It's just kind of get your juices going a little bit.
When you get there at 3:00 in the afternoon and lines out to the road.
Yeah, you got to get there early.
Sikeston Charleston game. We know that if it's at Charleston, we're leaving here about 3:30.
Got to get there early.
Get there about 4, and because if it's cold, you at least want to get in that vestibule on the inside. You don't want to be standing outside in the cold, because it's always a January game.
January 6th, January 5th,
somewhere right around in there. You don't want to be standing out in the cold, so at least we want to get in that hallway to get out of the wind, or at least get into something that's somewhat warm.
Most of the time, we get pretty close to the front.
We're pretty close to the front.
And you got to make sure you wear layers, because you want to be warm outside, but when you get in there, it's going to be cooking. You got to be able to take some stuff off.
Well, I can tell you
degrees.
I can tell you when Coach McFerrin was there, man. He would
turn the heat
up.
up.
He turned the heat up.
Crank that heat up.
Yes.
I mean, like any day of the week. Like, he cranked it up in October.
Really?
Oh.
To get his kids ready.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it at all.
It felt like it. I can tell you that.
Well, there was the intensity of the arena as well. And it probably feels like it turns the heat up too.
Conditioning was a little bit different back then than it is now, I think. Probably. the way they do it.
There has been I've heard stories of with him and Cookson of paddles and all kinds of stuff being used.
I think before you could even try out at Charleston, like back in the day, the field between the high school and the football field, I forget. I want to say classes were 50 minutes, and I think you had to be able to run that 13 times or something like that, and that get dressed and be out there and run that if you didn't play football.
What do you mean run it? Like
around it.
Around that field?
Yeah, all the way up.
Good Lord.
Man,
that's a big field, man. You can park 2,000 cars out there.
Somebody that actually played for them but I'm pretty sure it was like that. Because we'd be out at football and they'd be running that, and they had to do it in 7th hour.
PJ's made some comments that they had to run almost like a cross-country type field. So maybe that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of running.
And that I know that comes back from at least McFerrin.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Coach Holifield has a little bit different take on that. He you have to be conditioned obviously, but he incorporates the skills and the drills that they're doing full court at full speed.
I've seen that's probably been one of the biggest coaching philosophy changes over the last
just kind of
20 to 30 years.
Yeah,
you run when you have to,
and punishment kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
You do that rather than everybody line up and run. We used to call them line drills.
Line drills.
The bane of my existence. Oh, yeah. Exactly. But now they run during at full speed. So that
line drills and wall seats. Those were not fun.
Frozen leg lifts. You do that too. Hold your legs your feet about that high off the ground. Those are killer.
Times, yeah.
Those are killer. So even though I did say it was going to be about, it's not all about Sikeston, but we've had different people on the show come from out of the area, and I do like to get the perspective of somebody. Obviously, here I'm very biased. Micah is a converted Charleston fan. My sister got her claws into him. We've tried to get that Charleston out of him.
If we're not playing each other, I'm still rooting for Charleston.
He does. But what do you think about where is our program? Let's talk about football. We've got a new coach. It's 2 years in. What's your perspective? I don't get to hear every week on your show, and I know you talk about a lot of the games and this or that. What's your perspective on that? I'm interested to hear that.
I like the coaching staff. I think the coaching staff is the right one. I think it's a coaching staff that is experienced and they need, but you got to have players. Mm-hmm. And it's just I think they're going in the right direction from the youth aspect of it. You've got the youth programs in the 3rd and 4th grade, and they're playing in the SEMO Conference or whatever it is that the youth. And they used to just have 5th and 6th grade playing each other in the lines or in the JCs. Yep. So I think that's going to be a benefit. It's just not here yet. Yep. But I think in the future, in the next 4 or 5 years, I think you'll start seeing a lot more of that. They're coming in a little more seasoned, and you don't have to kind of start from the ground up.
Yeah.
Well, just to throw that question back to you, how do you feel as somebody who lives in Sikeston and is obviously a fan? How do you feel the team is approach this year as opposed to last year?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, go ahead, Micah.
Just my perspective is we're headed in the right direction.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we were very young on defense, especially. I mean, I know we had a senior quarterback and several senior wide receivers, but I think the next big leap you're going to see is on defense next year. I'm pretty sure that all 3 of the defensive linemen were sophomores. I mean, and just thinking about them playing against 18, 19-year-old boys and they're 15, 16, they're going to gain. I mean, I know that weight and all that stuff is Coach May's been on here and we I think we're headed in the right direction.
Just, I mean, he's implemented we've never had this before. Obviously, we had weightlifting in high school, but we now have weightlifting at our junior high.
Yeah.
And so, to me, I think it's a
difference maker.
Well, of course it is.
It's kind of surprising that it's never been, I had that whenever I was in middle school.
Totally agree.
What was
I
it?
never had it. Not in junior high.
well, there was a philosophy there for a while that you're not supposed to live until you're like 14. I mean, like there was just kind of
we just didn't have that. I mean, we had PE and stuff like that, but now we have weights and things at the junior high.
Yeah, I remember back. It wasn't too far back because I coached the Will Holifield, Janelle Hatchett, those guys. I coached them in 7th grade because they didn't have 7th grade basketball. I remember back then that it's been within that period of time that you guys just got the 7th grade basketball program.
Well, we just got junior high baseball too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
talking about one of the benchmarks that, like, I guess they went to the couple of years, last summer. Well, they go every year to Dexter to the
we talked about this
to the big man competition, like in they
The
play
7-on-7.
7-on-7, but the lineman,
big man guys. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, and I think there's like a bench press thing. I want to say he
like
said
a team,
like 225,
or
I think,
205 or something.
something like. Anyway, I think was it 3 the first year they went.
The first year he said it was a little disheartening, but I think they had 3 or 5.
I can't remember if it was 3 or 5.
As a group, they only got reps. And this past year, they got 58, which didn't win, but it was like 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
So you can see that jump. Now, Coach
I expect
May,
that to be more next year.
Yeah.
Coach May, wanted to be 10-0 this year.
Well, I think that's
Obviously.
the expectations from a lot of fans too. Is
Yes.
that, and I don't feel like that's, it's part warranted, part unwarranted.
Yeah.
When you have a new coach come in a situation where they have to, essentially you're rebuilding. No matter
no doubt.
No matter what kids you have, no
Yes.
matter how skilled they were in the previous year, because they got to know your philosophy now.
Yep.
So when people are just like, well, we got a new coach, we're 10-0 the next year, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's just that's
Yeah, it
Not
doesn't work that
rarely
way.
the case.
No.
Not
Just
in
didn't work
not
that
in football. You might get that in basketball. You ain't getting that.
Well,
I mean,
but-
I mean, you're not even get that in basketball. very often,
as we talked about, we didn't get there overnight as far as to where we needed to rebuild. So we're not going to rebuild overnight.
Right.
It's going to take 3 to 5 years, in my opinion. We had a couple of chances that
probably should have beat Popper Bluff.
we
Yeah,
should have.
Popper Bluff's the game I thought that got away.
It did. We were in the Dexter game. It was a huge play, that kickoff.
Yeah,
That-
Turnbow's kickoff return.
Yes.
We had it. We were right there within a touchdown, right? I mean, like
Yes.
Yeah,
It
it was
close. We had
was a good
just
game.
scored, obviously.
cut it to one score.
One score and kicked
so we
off.
did right. What we were supposed to do right after halftime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's
Dexter's
not-
a great team. And
Dexter's a very good team, and I thought, man, we had a chance at that point. Now, when he did that, I felt like it broke her back.
Yeah.
Or took the wind out of ourselves. I shouldn't say bring her back, but you know what I mean. It was a huge momentum changer.
Well, I look at that game. I also look at the game against Crothersville because that was a
Yeah.
game that you were in
Yes,
for
right.
the majority.
And then it just
got away.
it did.
well, I think that was a lot of things. I mean, like
Well, you just talked about your defense. And I
Yeah.
think that's
I think they got
stamina.
really
that,
tired.
not just the defensive line. I mean, there's linebackers and there's corners that are out there playing that are sophomore.
really, really
Sure.
young.
I
Yeah,
mean, we're young on defense.
Sure.
they were. And now
defense
listen,
is you got to learn to play as a team. I mean, like, and that's one of the biggest differences I see this year improving
Yeah.
is I see
Better
that
team
we've
defense.
learning to play a team defense.
Yeah.
I mean,
the record didn't say better, but we were better.
I start that you look better. The eye test, you look better.
Yeah.
Correct. Better product.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking about is going into next year, what you're losing, and if your defense is maturing to the point where you want them to, is your offense going to be able to reload?
Man,
I think so.
Pierce had an unbelievable year.
Yeah, he was really good.
A great year. Something came up. We were talking about Crothersville. Are they still in?
No, they got beat. They got beat 28-14 by St. Pius.
So while we're talking about that, the car trophy. I mean,
That kid is unbelievable. What was his name?
Sammy Bryant.
That's it.
Yeah,
Holy
Sammy Bryant.
cow.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
how
think-
did he played at Clemson? Wasn't there a Sammy Bryant that played at
Yeah.
Clemson a few years ago?
Yeah, not the same body type, but yeah, it's same name.
Yeah.
They're both great athletes.
Absolutely.
he's definitely got to be in the mention. I mean, like,
Yeah, I think he's one of the finalists. I think Devin Turnbow from Dexter
Yeah.
is one of the finalists.
Unbelievable
yeah.
player.
I think the Jackson kid. It's hard not to give it to Drew Parsons, their quarterback. It'd be hard not to give it to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have super numbers, but he doesn't play a
I
full
just
game.
gonna say they play one half.
Yeah, he only plays a half a week. So I mean, but he's pretty talented. You never know where they're going to go with that. But I think those are be your 3 finalists.
Is that sports writers in the area? Is that
No, I mean, I think it's like coaches, some
Oh.
officials.
Oh, okay.
Some people with the Poplar Bluff Letter Club that do the voting on that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I think it kind of changes from year to year on
Okay.
who votes. And
Okay,
yeah.
that'll be interesting to see. But you're right; it'd probably be hard to vote against him. But Sammy Bryant had some gaudy numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he was he had I think he had a 300-yard game
against Sikeston.
Another one too after
Oh.
that. Yeah,
Oh.
He had a game where he scored 7 touchdowns
Yeah.
in the game.
yeah.
He would have been somebody's linchpin to their fantasy football. If he
Yeah,
did.
you're not kidding.
Was it Turnbow a couple weeks? I had 6
Yeah.
Yeah,
6.
Turnbow had 6 a
in
couple
the-
weeks ago.
in districts. Or,
Yeah,
He's got 9 touchdowns in postseason.
yeah, in the 2 district games, he had 9 touchdowns.
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
he's fast.
Yeah,
He
he's a good
benefits
player.
from his speed, but I think he benefits a lot from his offensive line too.
Oh,
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Just
Of
making
course.
those seams for
That
him.
that's a Jamerson. That's
Yeah. But they've got a lot of weapons too. Or he doesn't carry it as much. Sammy Bryant carried the ball like he was getting a lot of carries there
Yes.
for a while. Turnbow was
Yeah.
getting probably maybe 15 carries.
I was surprised when we played them. He didn't get the ball more.
Yeah,
Now,
Well, it's split
I'm not
between
there.
him and Hrvojević.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
yeah.
They
He's
got
a
that-
bruiser.
They got that thunder,
like
and
thunder and
Yeah.
lightning. That's exactly right.
And like you look at the stats, I mean, I think Hrvojević maybe is 4 places away from Turnbow just on overall stats.
Yeah, so I'd say he's got quite a few.
but
quite a few
he's
yards.
also quite a defender. He's a
Yeah.
linebacker.
So's Turnbow. A lot of people don't realize that, but he's a really good deep defensive back. I mean,
I
I think
didn't
he's
look-
getting some looks college wise
Oh,
at
good for
defensive
him.
back. So
Good for him.
good.
Good for
Well,
him.
he's got the speed.
Is the Parsons kid going anywhere?
I've not heard anything. I don't.
Was there somebody from going to SEMO from around here playing football? Did I dream that?
There's a kid from Jackson going to Mizzou.
Yeah, the Kale was it Welker? Is he the one that's going to? One of them was going to Iowa State, and then I think
Oh.
switched it to Mizzou
That's him. I think.
from Jackson.
Kale
Yeah.
Welker? That's his name?
I think
It's
that's
Wells. I don't know.
I
I
can't-
haven't watched a lot
yeah.
of Jackson.
I thought that Welker was a kid from a couple years ago.
now. There's another one. coming,
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
So-
I wouldn't.
I think this kid plays like linebacker or something, maybe. Like,
Yeah, I don't.
Anyway, I'd have to. I usually follow that a little bit closer, but
Yeah. Well, you've given us a perspective. I mean, obviously we know our perspective is biased towards Sikeston because obviously, but I like hearing that, and I appreciate you guys giving that perspective. And we do think we're headed in the right direction.
So, what kind of offense is that Dexter runs? Is it a pistol, like a wing T pistol?
It's a wing tee out of the pistol. Yeah, pistol tee or something.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
but yeah.
it's
that's kinda-
aggravating.
I'm telling
It's
you,
infuriating. That's what it is.
I'm telling you, the wing T is.
Oh Lord, I knew you got to talk about the wing tee. Here we go. He won the East Prairie Youth League. How many years in a row running
About
the wing?
3,
No,
4?
I'm kidding.
3.
He does like the wing tee. He talks about it.
And I love it. I do love the wing T.
Yeah.
Got
That's
a
why
lot,
he
a lot of
loves-
options out of it.
That's
It is.
That's why I love Navy and like
Oh, they run it to perfection.
you know
man.
they kind
like
of
Georgia Tech kind of run.
Yeah, Georgia Tech kind of went away from it a little bit
Yeah.
now too. But
Yeah.
I get the spread. I mean, like I get it.
Trying to get your guys, your playmakers in space, so
Yeah.
to speak. Yeah. And Dexter's got plenty of them, and they had a lot of them last year too.
Yeah.
Did
And they're young too. I mean, they got a lot of
know.
younger talent.
they got to the quarterfinal last year?
Quarterfinals last year. They lost to Lift for Life last year.
And that's who
This
they're
is
playing
a-
this year.
Yeah,
in
this
the
is
sectionals.
a rematch.
Nope,
this
it's
is also
quarterfinals.
Oh, okay.
This quarters, yeah.
So they have no sectional.
Right.
game
Yeah.
now.
There's no sectionals anymore in the state. You win your district, you go to the quarterfinals
In football?
in every class. Yep.
Ooh, now see, Sikeston's basketball has done that. The past haven't had a sectional round now. In basketball, some of the smaller classes still have sectional rounds.
Yeah.
Correct.
Class 5 and 6 goes straight to quarters.
Okay.
The 1 through 4 they have the sectional.
There we go. Okay. I didn't realize football
Yeah.
had no
They
sectional.
changed that a couple years ago.
I'd assume less schools, less.
Yeah.
You can kind of make a bracket out of.
Yeah.
Right. Well, when you stretch it to 6 classes, then you've got less schools in each class. So
Well, it keeps you from playing all the way up into December.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, that way your state championship games are now the first first Saturday in December, Friday and Saturday in December.
See, used to be
on Thanksgiving weekend.
Correct, correct. Now it's extended a week.
Yeah, they extended it 1 week.
Yep, that's right.
Well, is the season moved? Like it starts maybe a week.
I feel like it may be back.
Yeah,
a week
at one time we was getting real early.
Yeah,
like
because
early
it was
August.
starting like mid-August, and it was like you're starting
So
practice.
hot.
Yeah, it was too hot, and so I think they moved it a week, and then just moved that state championship game to that first weekend in December.
Yeah, still at Mizzou, I guess.
I believe that's where it is this year.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about media, and you guys. We talked off the air. David still does. You do some broadcasting with A-Corp Sports.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As you moonlighting, or as I always say, I moonlight as a banker. This is my favorite job, podcasting.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I moonlight on A-Corp. I moonlight as a banker. My main jobs are A-Corp Sports and podcasting.
Yeah.
So you do that as well. Obviously, Andrew, do you do any broadcasting?
So I don't do any on the mic stuff.
Okay.
That's never been my beat. I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough about the game to do that. That's
Okay.
just my personal preference.
Sure. No, I get it. I just wasn't aware.
He's the man behind the scenes that makes it look like ESPN every time you look at it. It's
and it
amazing.
does.
I mean,
I can't
the stuff
tell
he
you-
does is just outstanding.
I can't tell you how much it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Listen, I went to college. I worked for ESPN Plus at SEMO. I saw the good things there, and I was like, well, I'm going to steal that for my career later on.
Well, you did.
Yeah, I start to say you do a great job.
He
Took good notes on that.
he messed up this year, though. He got me a telestrator.
Oh,
Now, not my choice.
He said, no, do not give it to him.
Not my choice, but I did sign off on it.
I
was
appreciate
told, I was told Matt wants a telestrator, and I said, whatever.
And, of course, you worked there the first couple of times, and then
It was Josh.
I was going to
Holifield.
say Josh was there, and he kept telling me, now, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on because anytime you draw, if you don't delete it off there, it's going to be on like the commercials and everything else. I was really trying to be judicious, and the worst thing that could have happened was he tried to draw something and it took on the shape of something else, and that's what I was trying not to do. I was like, I really tried to make it just draw a
Listen,
play.
these are the growing pains we experience when we innovate.
Exactly. It was really cool. But no, listen, A-Corp Sports is A-Corp Media, I guess. A-Corp Sports as well is above and beyond. And I had Beidler on a few weeks ago, and I know Steve now works with A-Corp, and he had done some quote-unquote moonlighting as well. But he was our main guy at the school. But now it's not all on his shoulders. I mean, literally, if he weren't there when he coached volleyball, I couldn't do it. I'm like you, David, a podcast. I show up and start talking.
just talk.
I put on a headphone and start talking. Mm-hmm. I couldn't have done it. And maybe there's a few other people, but now we have oodles of people that could do this besides that. And that was one of the main things that kind of pushed us to that. And we are so thrilled to be the first one kind of in the pool, swimming around and having them do all the things that they do that make it just unbelievable.
Well, we've always talked about our biggest detriment, like to our program, is that we can't be everywhere at once.
Yep.
And so this was kind of the first step of just like, well, let's see what it's like if we could be in two places at once.
Yep.
And I've been overjoyed by the reception we got.
Awesome.
Just,
Awesome.
I mean, you know, just viewership wise, when I have to do numbers every week and I see what we get, it's just like, okay, cool. Sikeston faithful, they come out strong.
Yes, they do. And as the football improves, you will continue.
I think you'll see that bigger in basketball.
Sure.
Oh, it's going to spike.
That'll spike.
It especially.
I don't want to get too excited about it.
Well, I mean, heck, last year, I'm trying to recall, or I'm sorry, 2 years ago when we had those two big games with New Madrid, first the conference final and then the big regular season game. Between your broadcast and Sikeston's broadcast, it went like 30 or 40,000 people.
Something like that.
Insane.
What's the local news pool? I mean, like,
I don't have any official numbers.
I'm just saying. I mean,
I would say they would struggle to pull that on a nightly basis, but I don't know. But I mean, this was a big deal, and it was. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think. One of those nights, Steve might have used.
Oh yeah, you used our camera feed.
The actual feed, and then we were, we announced it with the Sikeston slant, I suppose.
Which at that time we were ingratiated just to do that because we were taking up all the spots for like to put cameras up. So that was kind of the deal we made with Steve, was just like, well, you can set up there, but I need your camera feed. And it's like, you got it. You can do that.
Exactly.
And it probably helped him out.
Well, and one of the big things that I know that Steve ran into was when he stopped teaching, when he retired from teaching, he taught the class at school. Well, he didn't know, then he no longer had a pool of kids for running cameras and stuff. Right. And now you guys come in with the resources and things that you have. Either you have folks that can do that, or like Luke at the beginning said, hey, if you know some kids, bring them in. We'll love to let them, teach them the cameras and stuff like that. So it's just been such a win-win. But speaking of that, how have you seen media change, especially high school sports in this area, in the past 20 years?
Obviously, streaming's made a big difference. Yeah. I think. And
when did that start?
I would say, there was some outlets here and there. YHC was obviously, I remember growing up and seeing YHC on the TV, but I feel like COVID really. Yeah, COVID kind of really changed all that.
Jump-started all of that streaming.
I recall the Sikeston Scott Central game was streamed, and that, to me, that was the webcast is what we called it at the time. That was the first that I recall. I'm not saying it never happened before that. That's the one that I recall was like, whoa, this is a thing now.
Yeah, that was kind of the first high school game. I know that KFVS had done some of that webcasting on some Friday night games and some bigger basketball games, and kind of dipped their toe into it a little bit. Yeah. But you didn't see a lot of it. But then, like you said, COVID kind of necessitated a lot of that streaming, and now you have the streaming anytime you want it. You have podcasts. You have, really, the radio and newspaper now are kind of going away. You just don't have the need for them anymore because you can get all this stuff through streaming and that way.
Well, you can get it on your phone.
Yeah,
and I have the stats by the time the game's over.
Yeah.
And the paper comes out tomorrow or the day after, and I've already got the stats.
Yeah.
Now, there might be, some people like to cut the clippings and this or that and have all that. But, yeah, it's just the way we consume sports information or information in general is just totally different.
Yeah, and as a newspaper guy, that it hurts, but it's also the reason I'm not in newspaper anymore. I mean, it was it's an industry that was just kind of going away, and it's just you hate it, but at the same time, it's really nice to have the ability to just look on your phone and watch a game, or turn on your TV and watch a game on YouTube, or even Huddle if you can watch a football game on that.
Right. See, I would debate too that it's not so much that the newspaper went away as more as it's just evolved into what media kind of is now.
Agreed. Newspaper, they are trying to evolve into something. A lot of them have a subscription that I can go online and they update to keep the stories fresh, but the paper itself, is static and it's hard to.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, you just the physical paper where you hold the paper in your hand. That's kind of the thing that's kind of going away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I get aggravated at it, the paper, because they throw it in my yard. And then I forget to pick it up and it rains.
Yeah. That's exactly.
And then I'm mowing and
then paper everywhere.
So from an A-Corp Sports, and even your podcast, what's one of the biggest stories you guys got to cover or talk about?
Ooh. Obviously Jadis Jones and that team on New Madrid, that was kind of our biggest, at the time we knew it was going to be a big deal, so we tried to cover it as much as possible. Recently, on the podcast,
Puxico. Yeah. We had a little back and forth with Puxico last year. That was kind of fun, I think.
You had a back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Brick, fill me in.
So, Puxico has some fans, and they get pretty excited about their basketball team, and they don't like it when you say, maybe they're not the greatest thing ever. And so in one episode, I kind of called them out, said they were kind of ridiculous in a way, and I'm not gonna pull a punch.
I understand.
And so there was a lot of back and forth, and then I'd picked Charleston, of course, to win the district tournament, and there was a lot of back and forth. I was kind of poking the bear every podcast and taking a shot here and there. And
there is there's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's right, and it was all in good fun.
Sure, I
and there was a lot of I don't read comments that's posted on anything. I learned a long time ago. I used to do a web show with Chris Popes, and I learned a long time ago you don't read the comments because you'll just get mad and argue back and forth, and I just don't do that anymore. So I was aware that Puxico fans were not happy, and apparently they made T-shirts.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Kind of a rallying cry almost.
Yeah, and they wore them for their district championship, and when they won, they sent us a couple of T-shirts, and we talked about it on the show. We weren't video at that point, but we held them up, and I held them up. I had a little letter to read. I had to eat some crow, which look, I'll do it. I don't, this is fun for me,
right?
And I enjoy the back and forth and kind of ribbon Puxico a little bit.
I love
it was fun, and who knows? Maybe there'll be some more of that this year. You never know. You never know what
they're going to be very good again.
Yeah, they are. They're going to be really good.
Districts out yet, or is that this Friday?
I think it's this Friday coming up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah. I was going to say it's usually we are the second full week.
Well, you can start playing like next week, right?
Yeah, I think it's usually the Friday before you start playing. So I think it should be. I guess it'd be this Friday.
Yeah.
I think there's a jamboree tonight too.
Oh, really?
I think Puxico at Jackson maybe.
Yeah, I think the Jackson Jamboree's tonight.
Okay.
Puxico's
Sikeston
playing.
plays Wednesday at Hazelwood East, the jamboree, and then typically the first game that Sikeston plays, I guess technically, is the JV tournament next week.
Yeah, the
at
Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there's obviously lots of teams there. Well, that's interesting.
Besides Puxico and Sikeston, what are some other teams to watch in the area right now?
Hayti, I think, is going to be a team. I know that Sikeston's going to play them. They've got all 5 starters back from last year. Class 2's loaded in this area.
Were they did they go to state last year or 2 years ago?
They won their district last year and lost to South Iron in the sectional.
Okay, so it was 2 years ago. What was that crazy game when at Poplar Bluff?
That was South Pim.
Oh, it was South Pim, not
South
Hayti.
Pim who won.
Sorry.
South Pim beat Puxico on the shot at the buzzer. Yeah.
Wow, Puxico's okay.
Puxico, this will be their 3rd year that they're going to be pretty good. They got that Landon Burchard, who's a really good player.
He's a darn good player.
Jet Hancock's another one there. Those 2 guards are really tough. But Class 2's loaded. Hayti, Bernie's going to be good.
I say Bernie's going to be good.
Not just saying that because John Hancock's on the team. His dad signs my checks.
Right. No, but they are going to be very good.
Yeah, they're going to be really good.
Are they all kind of in the same district?
There's 2 districts that kind of Charleston last year was in Class 2 as well.
I believe they're still going to be in Class 2.
Okay.
And I think they're going to be in Class 2. They'll be good for a Class 2 program.
Mm-hmm. They were young last year.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And they returned, I think, 4 starters. I think all last year.
Charleston, Puxico, Hayti, and Bernie.
And Bernie, yeah.
4.
And South Pim is going to be good again. They got the farmer kid back. Class 2 in this area is loaded.
Wow.
Just loaded full of good teams.
What is Risco? Are they Class
1?
One?
They're Class 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll be good again, and Cooter will be good in Class 1. They've got a good young team.
Is that still Coach Mathis?
Yeah, Coach Mathis down there. Yeah.
Okay.
He does a really nice job with them, and they got some young talent. They got the Robinson kid from New Madrid who didn't get to play last year because he got hurt in football. He transferred down to Cooter, and I think he'll really help them.
Okay.
But that'll be I think the main teams around here in the smaller schools. So
who do you see in the other schools?
Class 3, Woodland. I mean, obviously they're back. Scott City, I think, has got a bunch of young guys coming back.
I think Scott City's
I keep hearing. I
think those will be the 2 teams. New Madrid, if they kind of develop,
they should improve.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be better. Those will probably be the top 3. East Prairie lost everything.
They lost a lot.
Yeah, they lost everything. So
they got the Ware kid, I think.
Tavion.
Yeah.
Kelly's got a new coach and a lot of guys up from their JV.
Who's coaching them now?
I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Because that was
it was Coach Trimmer.
I was going to say Springer. I knew that one.
Yeah, it's
Trimmer.
one of their. I think their assistant coach has stepped up, and he's the new guy there.
Okay.
But they had a pretty good JV last year, so they'll be improved, I think. But Class 3 is not as strong as Class 2, and then Class 4. You got Notre Dame and Dexter. Notre Dame has that JV that's coming up, and who knows, how they're going to do varsity wise. And Dexter's got a lot back. we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see what they do. So.
I don't want to sound antsy at all, but Dexter's always a big question mark for me.
Yeah.
It's,
Coach Allen, man, he
does a good job.
he's consistent.
He can flat coach. I want to tell you. The guy knows
He could
what he's
play
doing.
back in the day, too.
He could hoop back in the day. That's for sure. He sure
I,
could. I really like Chad. I think a lot of him. I'm very, very high on Chad.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
I've seen Dexter perform a lot in clutch moments, and then I've seen them fall short in a lot of clutch moments.
Sure.
It's a little bit of feast and famine.
Did they win their district
They
last
did.
year? I was going to say.
It's kind of Dexter's kind of the one team that when you don't expect it, that's whenever they're going to pull it out, and then when you do expect it, you never know. It's kind of one of those coin flip.
Well, it's kind of how Sikeston is in football right now. I mean, like, they just don't know how to win.
Yeah.
The big ones.
But back in the day, if you recall, when Dexter was really good,
Had to mattered in your way.
that's what I mean. I mean, how
Yeah.
you got that juggernaut standing in your
Charleston.
way.
Yeah, New Madrid, Charleston knocked them out. That really good Dexter team, which is probably their best team, the Hale junior year. Charleston knocked them out in that semifinal down in Kennett. On
Yes.
a tip in,
Exactly.
and then New Madrid beat them the next 2 years, and then Notre Dame got them, another year. So
Yep. But they snuck back up and got Notre Dame last year, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they got Notre Dame, and that was kind of a surprise because Notre Dame had all those seniors, but I never felt like Notre Dame really kind of took it to that next level last year.
Totally agree.
You know,
I was really expecting Notre Dame to have a better, and I'm not talking bad about those kids, but I thought they were going to be a lot better than they ended up.
yeah,
being
they
last
just
year.
never really seemed to take that next step that you kind of, and that's why I'm kind of like, whether JV was really good, can they take that step to be, because they could be a really good team,
Totally agree. Brinkmeyer, I think, does a good job with his
he's a
kids,
good
too.
coach.
He's a really good coach. Yep. I think he does a real good job with them.
Yep. And obviously Class 5, you've got Sikeston, Cape, and Farmington, and and I think that's going to be a great district this year. It's a tough district, but
It's a really tough
They'd
district.
probably be up in
Oh, yeah.
St.
That's a –
that's the thing. Never going to get it here again.
We've talked about that, man.
they've got to redo that.
Obviously, I'm a homer, and I want it – well, I don't want it in Cape, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
but,
not in the orange gym. Please no.
right.
Speaking of gyms that are terrible, I hate that gym.
I cannot stand that gym.
Yeah, that's the worst gym. I can't stand it.
We
Only
shoot
been in there
terrible.
once.
We shoot terrible in there.
It's just orange. I just
Well, and there's about 4 different shades of orange.
yeah.
That's their school color.
Well,
So it should
I
be.
which
realize
one?
that.
Which
yeah, I
one?
was
There's
going to say,
like-
which
they got
of
a lot of different oranges in there.
exactly. Of course, Class 6 Jackson. I guess they're the only Class 6 in this area.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, to speak of.
Well, yeah, because Popper Bluff is in 5.
Oh no, they're 5. That's right.
Popper Bluff will be good this year
They
too.
will.
They got
They're
a
in
lot
our-
back.
They're in
Papa
our
Bluff
class.
is 5?
Yes, they're in our district. Unless now
And they could jump up.
They could jump.
bump.
I don't-
They're always kind of right there on that border.
Yep,
So
yep. And Cape, frankly, I wish they'd go to Class 6, but
yeah, they seem to their enrollment seems to be really close to Sikeston's now, where it's going to
I
be
know they're
pretty
entrenched.
similar. Yeah.
They're entrenched.
How do
always-
you feel Sikeston's basketball team's going to be this year? Your unbiased perspective.
ooh,
Deep
yeah, we're going to be really deep. We have
and young.
We have an unbelievable class of sophomores. I mean, that can flat play. I think we're a little bit, because we had a 7-footer that you got a lot of size. Actually, after Trace last year, we were 6'2", 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we don't have a 7-footer. But Jaharis Goodwin, 6'3", 6'4", Markwell, it can be an absolute X factor that can be the best player in the state if he wants to be. So we got Kobe Thomas that played a lot of minutes. We got Ben James. He was hurt basically last year and a half.
Last 2 years with that ankle,
Essentially, and he had it operated on actually last Christmas. He's back at what you consider full strength. He's really going to his help, his strength, his ball handling, his IQ, his shooting, toughness. Frankly, will be back.
Will Ape.
Will Lape is a threat to
Shoot.
as far as a shooter. He's a tough, gritty kid too. We're going to. When I say surprise, it's not really a surprise. We're going to be a whole lot better than people think we are going to be because we lost a ton. I mean, we have 2 Division I players, right, that are not there anymore.
And several other playing.
Yeah, and we lost. Well, we lost
Tristan Wiggins.
We lost 5 college basketball players, and so Tristan. They're all playing college basketball. So how do you replace those? Yeah. I mean, I don't know that you replace them, but we're going to be plenty good.
Here's my. I've always felt that Coach Holifield does really, really well with those guys that are like when he's got those teams without the big tall guy. He's got the 6'2s, the 6'3s, and they can just run and just get after you defensively. Press and turn you over and just get out and run. I've always felt that that's his biggest strength is those type teams.
It is, and that's who we will be this year. We will be back to that typical Holifield style, up and down, 2-2-1 in the 2-3 zone, a matchup zone. With these sophomores, I'm telling you, they can play.
Do you think it might take a little bit of time just to find that rhythm, of what you want? Probably will be carrying until later in the season.
It could.
I'm thinking about SEMO Conference because all these teams with this chance, I mean, they got a chance to kind of put a wedge in SEMO Conference for a minute.
Could. I think Jackson's going to be really good. It wouldn't surprise me if they're the 1 seed, frankly.
Yeah, I would assume they would probably be the 1.
I would say we're probably the 2. We're at worst 3, in my opinion. Mike, we'll talk about it, but on our show. But I think probably those 2. Then you're probably a Cape, probably a Bluff, and maybe those could be flip flop. There probably could be a case for Cape to be 2. I don't know.
And I'm sure we will play Bluff or Cape the week before.
Yeah, because they play up in that DeSoto tournament.
I'm assuming Poplar Bluff's still in that.
I have not seen the schedule.
I don't know. I haven't seen a
Cape
bracket.
Typically is. Did we play them
last year? I think not, because I think didn't they get upset by North County?
That's what I was trying to think.
It was a year before you'd played them in the championship, and then had to come right around and play them again in the.
That's the. I mean, is what it is. That you can't tell them they can change their schedule. I mean, I certainly could change ours, but finding games sometimes been a challenge without driving to St. Louis every other week. Yeah. That's a haul on a yellow dog, man.
It's nice to see some home games this year. Puxico and Hayti, some closer games that guys had to Crothersville too, if I'm not mistaken.
St. Mary's is coming down.
St. Mary's,
this year.
I saw that they were coming down.
We went there that last
year.
Did you go? No, you didn't go.
No.
Yeah.
Clay went.
Yeah, a good friend of ours. But that will probably be a freshman JV varsity game, because I think we played all 3 last year up there, like a 4 o'clock or 4:30 start. Yeah. I'm looking for some good games, but we're going to be good. Holifield he seems to get more out of our kids than what you think.
Yeah,
and so I'm trying to be unbiased.
I think we're going to be young. Good mix of both.
We've got a lot. We've got Jaharis, Markwell, Ben, Will, Drake, Kobe. We got 6 seniors. Kobe, Markwell, Jaharis had quite a bit of playing time, but the others didn't play a whole lot. And so even though you're a senior, you're still kind of inexperienced, as funny as that sounds. I mean, they got a lot of JV time and stuff like that as when they were younger, but it's different. Varsity and JV is different, especially at a Class 5 level. So I think we're going to be plenty good. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the Drew and Dave show. Let's talk about that. Andrew, how would you describe David?
Honestly, I think David's pretty much the most educated person I could ever talk to every week.
Wow.
You
heard it here.
That's some pretty high praise.
Well, it comes in with stats knowledge, and then just the work he does pre-show of I feel like he's got a contact in every town that tells him how the team's doing, things like that. I don't have that, so for him to come in with that knowledge, it really makes everything easy on me. So I never worry about a show.
He's going to have the content.
Yeah, he can. I look at the waveform of how much I talk and how much he talks. He talks so much more than me.
That's probably what Micah says too. I can look at the waveform.
Yeah.
I don't look at it, but I know he talks more than I do.
Well, David, how would you describe Andrew?
Very prepared. Very, very good at what he does. I mean, everything is just precise. I'm like, everything that I don't have, he said he doesn't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about anything for a podcast. I just know that I've got to just show up and talk, because he's going to have everything, all the cameras, the recording, all that stuff is just done. I don't have to worry about anything. Whenever I leave, he's going to make it sound good. He's going to get everything out the way it should be. I'm like, you couldn't ask for someone. I mean, makes it so easy for me.
That's awesome.
So I mean, I think it's a good partnership that we have, and it's really fun doing the show. And like I said, he does all the work. And I just talk.
I spend my Sundays in the office, but that's okay.
That's right. See what you've done to him now.
Hey,
That's by choice. That's by choice.
know.
You get off in time to watch the ball game or the football game.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
He's got to be done to watch the Lions play, right?
Listen, Barry comes in on Sundays too. We sit down, and he's got YouTube TV with the NFL package. So like, typically, I mean, I say I spend my whole day in the office. Half of it's editing the podcast. The other half is sitting on his couch and watching the game.
Now the truth comes out. Now we see what behind the scenes really looks like. We kind of talked about this a while ago. You talk about your favorite gyms.
yeah. I mean, for me, like I said, it's Sikeston, Charleston, and Bloomfield. Those are my top three. I do like the Bearcat Event Center for big games.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate it for just a regular season game. It's just there's no atmosphere.
It has no aura.
But you put a big game in there, and it's I've seen some really good games in there.
So I'm sure they'll host a quarterfinals or.
No, because it's all home. It's
I think they're going away from.
No,
that.
I think they're changing
Are they
that
going
this
it
year.
back to-
Yes, they're going back to
good
neutral
deal.
site.
It's going to be high school hosted. No.
Yes.
Good.
No
college, junior college.
Right.
Good,
That's what.
'cause-
Who told us that?
I forget who told us that, but
Somebody told that on here. Was it Matt?
I think Minner said it.
Oh, it was Minner.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
because
I totally agree.
the home court advantage, I hated that whole thing.
I
And
do too.
Sikeston kind of got the raw end of the deal there. A couple years ago up at Vianney,
Well.
and it's just.
And then we didn't take advantage of.
Yeah.
Couldn't take advantage. I mean,
Yeah.
which we ran up against the
I
best.
start to
player.
say you ran up against a pretty good player,
I mean, in that good team, but I mean,
and just a terrible chain of events on that day. You cancel it the night before, then you have a tornado come through. You don't even have power till about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Correct.
It was a bad deal that whole day.
There was even probably more things than that.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, we had players and coaches that were affected. The tornado hit their house.
Yeah.
And so, it was. It's not an excuse, but it is.
Yeah,
legit.
it's just an
That's what
unfortunate
happened.
set of events that just had to happen. Unfortunate.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of the biggest narratives of that game was just like the emotional spectrum that you're on. It's like, you're getting chirped at by a really great team in St. Louis, and you're dealing with all that. It's like, you're going to be a little more erratic than you've been seeing all year.
and they were ready Friday. I mean,
We were ready. I mean, I get it. Like you said, just unfortunate. It's just the way it played out. There's just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
You try to get ready for the next night. What about you? What are your favorite gyms?
Honestly, Sikeston's it's probably my favorite. Man, other than that, I do really like Bernie's. Just when I get that Dexter Bernie atmosphere, I know I can see you.
That would be like me saying I like Michigan's football field. I don't like it either. I understand.
You get it. Yeah.
I get it.
I like New Madrid's a lot too. That's just ease of access at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very easy gym to get into and just kind of sit and watch something.
Yep.
Uh,
Their bleachers are hard.
They are.
When we go down for the river bend, my butt
Now,
hurts.
I'll say that I'm not usually in the bleachers at a game.
That's
either.
true.
Yeah,
I'm up
same
on,
here.
I'm
I
up
don't-
on that terrace area.
That hurts my butt.
I can see where filming there wouldn't be. I mean, like,
Oh no, it's great.
That's a great vantage
It's one of
point.
the ideal locations. It's flat. Nobody else is up there for the most part.
Oh yeah.
So we kind of have it all.
That's why they have like a
ourselves.
cage, like a batting cage up there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great access point for that, or to be able to do that.
Everybody likes Risco's gym. I think it's a great gym to watch a game in.
I saw. I'll go when somebody said that. I saw him just kind of shaking his head. I'm sure it's probably really difficult.
well, there ain't no room to film in there. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
where I start to be like, this is a pain.
We
What
did
about-
radio there a couple years ago, and it was the Wi-Fi was a big problem too. It was a big issue. So it wasn't.
what
It's
about
not a great gym to broadcast in.
what about the Quonset Hut, Gideon, or whatever that was?
Ooh, yeah. No,
Was that Gideon?
Those can be issues too. I mean, when you get into smaller schools with smaller gyms, you run into those situations of just they're storied, they look great.
Yeah.
But it's
It looks good on camera.
yeah, it looks good on camera and all that.
Oh no, we picked up Campbell. That
Yeah.
was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to Campbell's gym.
That was
that was last year.
Oh, it was last year.
Yeah,
wasn't
last
it?
year.
Yeah. That was I like that gym. I mean, it was a smaller gym, but for that size school, that's a great gym.
Yeah, it's a nice gym.
Yeah.
Parking is a problem, but it's a great
Parking's
gym.
a problem at Bloomfield.
Yeah,
True.
I mean,
You better get there for the 3:00 game or 2:00 game or whatever.
Yeah,
on finals.
if you show up to go to the championship game and you show up, at 7:00, good luck. You're going to walk.
Yeah,
a
you're
long
going
way.
to walk, and you're probably not going to get a very good seat
Yeah.
if you get a seat at all. Yeah, that's they've done a lot to that gym as well as far as amenities.
it is. I like Bloomfield's gym.
I do
really
too.
I
do
that.
too. I wish we shouldn't play in that tournament, but I wish we could play some games there.
Yeah.
I really like that gym.
I'll be honest with you. I've been some like district finals there, or district or quarterfinals.
I've been to some sectionals
Yeah.
there.
I tell you what, the best ever was back in 92, 93. Portageville Bernie played in it was a 93 district championship game. Had to get there like by 4:30 just to even get in the gym,
I'm
and that
sure.
thing was rocking. And they played in the Christmas tournament championship back in '92. Earlier that season, it was same way. But you
Yep.
had to get there early, and man, that place was hot because
awesome.
there was so many people in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It had to be 85 degrees. in
Oh
there.
yeah, it was brutal, but a lot of fun. I remember I drove home from college to come watch that game.
No
And,
kidding.
Yeah, it was because I knew a lot of the players on both teams, and
Right.
it was a lot of fun. That was
Right.
a great game.
That's awesome. If you, like I said, you do have guests from time to time. What would be if you could get any guest on your show? Who would each of you get?
Are we talking like any
Any,
guest?
any,
or,
any.
Anything?
I mean,
sure.
give me Joe Montana or Lou Holtz.
Okay, very good.
I would love one of those.
Absolutely.
If we're talking in the area though, like Coach Holifield would be a great one to have on there, just with the way he's got it rolling. The way he has the last 6-7 years. He
28
came in
maybe.
28,
Yeah.
because he came the exact same year I did to Sikeston.
Yep,
So
98.
98.
It's strange to me because I've interviewed him I think a couple times just during like
The conference tournament.
tournaments, things like that. I don't get starstruck by many people. And it's weird to talk about a high school coach that way, but I do get starstruck by Coach Holifield. I don't know why, but it's something about it. I've always said, I say it on the podcast all the time, that he runs it like a college program. So I guess I give it that kind of reverence too.
It's interesting. You guys both mentioned the field house, and he told me I consider Coach a good friend of mine. He told me that when he came here, that's what he was like. This, how could you not want to play in this place? It's unbelievable. And so he said that was
Had
actually.
he played in like a sectional game or something?
He coached at Zenith, and they had a sectional or something here, and he played here and was like, gosh, and then it came open, kind of thing. And he told me it's funny you all both said that's what drew him here. Yeah. There's been a lot of great coaches. I felt that way. I know Coach McFerrin pretty well now. I was kind of could kind of get around Coach. He's an unbelievable person, so smart, so knowledgeable when it comes to basketball and coaching. I agree with you. I don't know Coach Cookson very well. I know obviously who he is.
I got to interview him a lot whenever he was coaching Otto, and when he kind of came back, and he's a super nice man, just super nice.
But they're all very gracious with their time. They are. I think that kind of sets them apart. Coach Farmer, obviously another Hall of Famer.
Farmer. I mean, Coach Allen and Dexter was always great to talk to when he was coaching girls and stuff, and then now with the boys. I mean, really, honestly, is I've been doing this. I came here in '98 and worked for 24 years doing it, and I mean, I never really came across a coach that was a problem. I mean, honestly, usually coaches are very they're willing to give you their time and help you out any way they can.
Yep. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, they're not. I don't mean in a self-promoting way, but if they're talking about their kids and promoting their kids in their program, they're. That's the interesting thing I found out about. Even with this, Mike and I have talked. We've got lists of like people we want to have on, and you try to stay in front of that all the time. I've not had anybody go, no, I don't really want to come on, spend an hour and a half talking about myself. I've kind of thought about that. I'm like, well, no wonder everybody, or that we've asked that they, could come on or wanted to come on, and as long as we could schedule it. most people want to do that. Now, Coach was a little trying to coax him to get on here. I mean, he's
got his canned
didn't wanna do
answers he
it.
likes.
oh, he does.
He's got his
I
can
give
after
him,
every game. You can
like,
almost write down what he's
Coach.
going to say.
like, Coach, come on, man, give me something. But he's
He was actually good.
he was really good. He loves to talk about like leadership and stuff like that. That's
I think that's probably been my biggest surprise is how many leadership qualities with the guests that we've had on. I mean, like Blake.
Blake's was so good, man. He talked about
you talking about leadership. He knows how to lead.
yeah. He talked about what I love his comment. He
prepares to remove the doubt.
That's it. He knew that he was going to be so prepared when he got to a game that he didn't have to worry about that.
He was preparing to remove the doubt.
Yeah.
He removed
I've always heard
that's a good way to say it.
It is. I've always heard people get nervous because they're not prepared.
Right.
You know, like if you're standing up and you got to give a speech, if you haven't gone over that speech, that's when people get nervous.
Yeah.
Because they haven't done it. Well, he hit enough baseballs.
Yeah.
He knew what was coming. I mean, that guy. I mean, and so like I love that, Mike.
I mean, they're not the only two. Coach Vic. I mean,
he's
Coach
so
May. All them like just leadership. I mean, even like PJ. I mean, PJ's got some leadership qualities. I mean, about him. You know, he's a point guard. I mean, so I just found that's probably been my biggest surprise doing this is the leadership things that people in the sports.
Well, not to get too philosophical about it, but I think about just like you can look at shows like this, shows like what we do, even just A Corp Sports in general, and go, it's high school sports. Like, it's small potatoes.
Right.
It's like, well, at the same time, I think about it in the sense that like you give people an avenue to get that highlight that people who were just, I mean, life is life. You're born to circumstance. Something goes your way.
Yep.
We're giving it to the people that, they don't get that dice roll that sends them way up into like D1 places.
Right.
And I mean, I feel like that's just like, well, you're going to get life lessons from anybody at that point.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody has a story that most people are willing to share and tell you something that you don't know about them, which is, I think they're just terrific. And you guys, we focus on sports, but we take just a hair of a turn from that to focus on some of the other things going on in our community.
Like we had a pastor on last week.
We had a pastor on. We've talked about Boot Hill.
Mental health. Or Boot Hill Behavioral Health.
I was going to say.
I work there, and I'm like.
Boot Hill Behavioral Health and the things that they do. Mental health, awareness has become a big focus just in general across the country. And it's a big thing. We talked about them and the chamber and stuff like that. So our mission to what we feel like we're wanting to do is promote and support and lift up other things too. But coming from the using sports as sort of the media that are the least common denominator where we can start with. And so that's kind of what we do. And of course, but you guys do a terrific job of covering the area. And again, I don't know that we'll have a back and forth with Puxico because we don't. We'll talk about
it.
Make
a top 10 list, and maybe you will.
Yeah, make a top 10 and don't put Puxico number 1, and I promise you will hear from them.
How hard is that to come up with a top 10 list?
It's not easy, and he bailed on it this year for the football. He just had me do it.
I mean, sometimes it's just easier to take Dave's opinion.
What do they say? What they always say? Emails go to davidjenkins at gmail.com.
Yeah, and then you can use it as your little like, okay, well, they don't like being number 1, being number 2. All right, Puxico number 3.
You're number 4 this week.
Well, just poke the bear.
Exactly.
We got free T-shirts out of it.
Yeah,
so
we did.
And,
yeah, it was a lot of fun going back and forth with
That's
them, and
awesome.
I think we got a lot of people listening to it. Just it's kind of the back and forth with them. And it was, I'd eat a little crow, but I didn't mind that. It's fine.
You know what I say about eating crow? Every once in a while you got to eat crow, but eat it while it's warm because cold crow is even worse.
There you go.
Don't let it sit.
Oh, yeah. Don't
cold.
let it sit.
Yeah. No, eat it while it's warm.
At least you were willing to stick your neck out there and do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
It's like I said, for me, it's just fun, and I enjoy it. So.
Erwin said people still give him grief about how he's ranked whatever.
His top 50 list.
Now he's doing top 50, and he's like, well, then write your own book.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. He was like, it's just me. I'm just coming up with this stuff. It's okay, okay, Michael Porter might be 14 instead of 17 or whatever, or however he did it.
You can talk to 50 different people, you're going to get 50 different lists. It's
But that's what makes it fun,
right,
though, too,
yeah.
right?
Get to debate it back and forth.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly. I love that. We've got, let me skip past this. Oh, yeah. I told them, so I sent them, Mike and I try to do this every week, try to send them we send questions ahead of time so that they have those, or not necessarily to prepare, but to know kind of where we're going to try to steer it and try to angle it that way. But we do our lightning round, our 10, almost like a this or that kind of thing. So we've actually talked about this one, so I'll skip past it. Best high school gym, we talked about that. Most fun sport to cover.
high school basketball.
It's got to be. It's something so different.
Yeah, for this area, absolutely.
I mean, I've covered college sports, and I'd say high school basketball is still just like,
no kidding.
There is something about it.
That's awesome. I wonder what that is. Just the community. I mean, even with SEMO, Cape's in the overall scheme, Cape's a small town. Mm-hmm. I mean, 30, 40, 50, whatever the number is. You think it's just because it's people so bought into Sikeston or Dexter or Bernie or Portageville or whatever.
I think it's just community. Like you said, the community. I mean, it's because it's in a lot of schools around here. You just have your one school, your neighbor. I've got a Sikeston booster sign out front of my house. My neighbor's got one. It's just you're just all part of that same community. And
especially like a really small
right.
town like Puxico.
Yeah, and a Risco, and that's what their identity.
Yeah, and like in these, I think the Christmas tournaments are a big part of that. I mean, like you get a small school come in and play. I mean, like I've heard people talk about Kelly when they made it to the championship game. That's like the highlight of their high school. I mean, same thing Bloomfield. I mean, they come and knock off a Dexter or something like that. And
everybody wants to beat Dexter.
Absolutely.
Especially in that tournament. Mm-hmm. And then you got like Puxico coming here. I mean,
they'll bring everybody.
Everybody.
I mean,
come on.
Yeah, it'll be a great crowd for that game.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for it.
I do think it's most likely it's the community, because you think about it, like for any other sport, you could go to any town, any major city, and you can see banners for any team in the world at that point. You go to a small town with a high school team that everybody's behind, you get the one.
Yeah, you got one. Yeah,
and it's not a debate. Like it's no, this is our team. Right. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you identify with that team throughout your, like, I've lived here in Sikeston since '98, and people still, identify me with Dexter, Derek James all the time. Well, you're a Dexter fan. Well, I'm like, I want them to do well. I've lived here longer than I've ever lived in Dexter, but you're identified with where you go to school and who you rooted for, right. and you're identified that.
It is one of the weirdest experiences too, to kind of be in this, like, how we broadcast everything like that, because for our main broadcast, unbiased. We cannot be biased about anything. We're not cheering for a team. But when Dexter plays in the BCT and they're in that they hit that overtime shot, I get that squirm in me. That's just like, there we go.
Bobby has to get a little bit sideways. He's a Dexter guy.
We have to police sometimes.
That's right.
He's pretty good about it. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Bobby's a consummate professional. I think very highly of him. I love to give him grief.
Now I will say, Matt, listen to your broadcast. Listen to your broadcast and how hyped up you get when Sikeston's winning.
Yes.
And how immediately you deflate when anything doesn't go your way.
Yes. Oh, I totally own it.
Try riding in the vehicle home.
Oh, I totally own it. I tell Richard, good thing I wasn't calling that game last year, because I would have been totally shut down. I would have been screaming when Trace dunked that ball, and I would have been in the floor and probably not even got to finish the game. No, I own it. I totally own it, and I do. But on the other hand, it is A-Corp Sports, but it is Bulldog Nation. Yeah. What do you expect? Yeah. I mean, I never talk bad about a kid. I heap praise on the other team. I mean, we talk good about them, but I'm giving you perspective because I go to practice a lot. I know the things that they're working on. I know the specifics of what they're trying to do. And I'm giving you that biased perspective, but I don't talk bad about a kid.
No,
I'm never going to say that kid's an idiot or the coach was stupid, because I don't know those kids. I don't know that coach as well, and so say at the start of every year, I'm sorry, you're just going to get a biased take. I'm a homer.
We knew what we got when we signed the contract.
Exactly. Luke's not stupid. Barry's not stupid. They know. But I do. I even, so I called the game with Jim a couple years ago. It was actually Coach Holifield's, I think, 500th win at Sikeston when we beat Cape at Cape. Of course, Jim was a Cape grad. And after the game, someone said to me, Matt, you actually weren't that bad. I was like, okay, is that a backhanded compliment or what? But I said, thanks, I think. I mean, they were saying you weren't. I was really trying not to be. I mean, I was trying to give perspective as far as Sikeston runs this play. This is what they're looking for when they're running this, that, and the other. But I was trying not to be an absolute homer.
Sure.
But I thought I did okay.
It is one of the weirdest experiences too, and I mean this is all on us because of how we run our business at this point. But we really on our regional stuff, we really try to say take yourself out of it.
Of course, of course, yeah. And Bobby, and Jim, those two were just great.
Yeah, they were
unbelievable,
awesome 1-2 punch.
Absolutely. I love listening to them. Who do you think argues with officials more, players, coaches, or parents?
Oh, man.
Parents.
Parents. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Favorite athlete you've ever interviewed?
Jadis Jones is really, I mean, he's a good
He's a
kid.
really nice young man. Yes, I totally agree with you. I know Jadis a little bit.
Ray Clark. Go back a few years. I always enjoyed talking to Ray. I knew Ray pretty well, but he was always a good interview, and I always enjoyed him.
Very nice young man. I totally agree with you. Who is the funniest coach in the SEMO area?
Who the funniest? Cole McBroom.
Is he? Where is Cole now? Is he not Twin Rivers? Clarkton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cole McBroom.
Funniest coach.
I get used to that name because the kids they got coming up.
Yeah, they're gonna be good coming up. They've got a great 7th, 8th grade program, and their freshmen are really, really good.
Is that where did he go? Did he go to Clarkton? No.
Twin Rivers.
Cole was at Twin Rivers. Okay.
Yeah, he was a Twin Rivers kid. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I know he was a good player.
Yeah, Seth was there as a coach, and now he's down at Kennett.
Oh, that's right. Are they brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I knew he was a really good player in high school too.
Yeah. Oh, funniest coach. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. I like listening to Coach Jamerson on the radio. He's kind of funny after the games. He always has some pretty good quips. So right now, I think probably him.
Have you guys seen videos of the guy? This has been several years ago. He always says, "We're just." He was like some real small school, and he always had these little quips. Oh, we're just like a woodpecker in a petrified forest, always looking for opportunity.
Yeah, you don't have many of them around here.
Oh, that guy was hilarious.
Yeah, he's
like the
he's
Mike
pretty
Leaches.
funny. Yeah, Mike Leach. Oh man, yeah,
what a treasure! That same guy said he talked about a depth chart. He goes, "I had my kids on the depth chart."
What was it? The old Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach. They asked him about the execution after the game, and he'd be, "I'm in favor of it."
Yeah, our whole team.
John Robinson,
Yeah.
John Robinson, he was. Yeah, I'm in favor of it. Yes. One rule that you would change in high school sports.
That's a tough one.
Shot clock.
You would
I would have it.
get it.
See, I agree. If it wasn't on the fringes of probably being a possibility within the next couple of years, I would, just for the sake of argument, I would say that. Oh man!
Actually, they've sort of got it in Missouri.
You can do a shot in tournaments and
tournaments.
shootouts.
We had it when we played Principia. That's the reason last year.
Now I've heard is it going to be in the SEMO Conference Tournament? I've heard that might be a possibility.
Ooh.
Someone had said something to me about that, so I didn't know.
I have not heard that. I think it's one of those where
It's got to be agreed upon.
It's gotta be agreed upon by all the
agree.
schools.
That's the way I understand it.
You're not going to get Dexter to agree to that.
Right. I have not heard that. I have not heard that rule. I don't know. Or I mean, not the rule. I have not heard that. All I have.
I'm sure.
I start saying someone had said something to me about that. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't heard anything, but that was the first I'd heard of it. But
I know usually one of the first things come up is cost. I mean, like, but
Yeah.
and somebody running it.
Nobody knowing how to
person
run it. Yeah,
Because the guy that was running the shot clock there was watching the.
Oh my!
He was watching like a playoff game or
He
something.
literally swear I'm not lying.
Or
We
no,
were
it was-
sitting behind the Sikeston bench. The scores table was just down from us. The dude literally had his phone turned sideways, watching a football game, and didn't reset it half the time.
Well, I mean, in his defense, Sikeston and Principia, neither one of them really need a shot clock.
True. But there was a couple of times that we were trapping, and the 10-second rule.
10-second, yeah.
That's what they were using to
Yeah.
count down, and he didn't reset it. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
we bailed him. I mean,
yeah.
we didn't lose because of that, but I mean, it's just one of those. But you're right.
Yeah.
We did not need the shot clock.
The shot clock is never going to impact a Coach Holifield team. It's
No, correct.
I do think, and this is such a general rule, and I might be way off base with it because I know how tough the job is and everything like that. I feel like there should be a way to challenge referee calls during football in some manner. I don't know. Just it's
How would you though?
that's the thing is
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, and also I know like it's a thankless job half
Well,
the time.
it is, but not everybody. Frankly, and I'm not saying this just because you guys are here, but not everybody has an A Corp
Yeah.
Sports that
True.
with the different camera angles and things like
A
that.
lot of them are just huddle.
yeah. I
I
was
mean,
starting to say, how are you going to go to a huddle feed and do that? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's great in theory, and maybe something eventually whenever the technology catches up. But
kind of along that line, what is one of the biggest changes in the last couple of years that you feel like has made a difference? I mean, like what's rule change? Do you know? I mean, that maybe.
I might have to dig a little bit to
As
come
far
up with
as-
an answer on that one.
as far as rule changes, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when there wasn't a 3-point line.
yeah,
and
for
that was
sure.
a huge. That's
go with
completely changed the game.
I was thinking.
it-
I was thinking about the fouls. Like
Now it's 5 fouls and you're in the
The 5,000.
no one-on-ones.
No 1-on-1s.
I'm
That
not a fan
that
of
was
that.
probably. I'm like, I don't. It takes away the free throw shooting, and
Yep.
you're benefited for not being able to shoot free throws. It's
gonna
those
get
teams
two
get
regardless.
rewarded more than because in a late game situation, you only if you're in 1-on-1 and you got a bad foul shooter, you've got a chance to foul him and get a chance to stay in the game. I don't. Yeah, that was probably my most current one that was popping into my head.
I agree. Like, I wasn't a fan of that, and I'm still. It's what 2
Yeah.
years or now third
Yeah,
year
this
in.
be
I'm
his third year. Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I was like, oh, he's not shooting one on
It
one.
was much more difficult when it was first implemented. I know that because when that was first implemented, we were at the Riverbend. Everybody's getting used to the rules. Those felt like they went on forever.
Yeah, those Riverbend games already go on forever just because early season games, you got a
Yes.
lot of foul. Everybody's in football shape. No, they're playing football, not basketball at that point.
The ball's out of bounds a lot, so the
Oh,
clock's stopping
oh,
a
yeah.
lot, and turnovers and sloppy. Yeah, no, I understand. I get it. You know what? I had even heard the lineup. You guys know the lineup there?
Yeah.
I do know it. I don't have the list.
So,
okay.
Cuba. The first day is Cuba versus Campbell.
Crothersville, St. Mary's.
Luther North.
Oh,
Or no, or maybe Luther North. Yeah, Luther North and St. Mary's. I think one's playing one day, one's playing the next day.
Okay.
So
I think it's Crothersville.
is it Crothersville? It might be.
think so.
Okay.
And then West Memphis, Charleston,
they're typically there.
and New Madrid plays Luther North.
Oh.
I think maybe that's it. Maybe
And then they
New
play
Madrid-
Blytheville the next.
and then they play
day.
Blytheville. Blytheville comes up on Saturday.
and I don't think Charleston's in on Saturday.
No,
are they?
Charleston's not in on Saturday.
That happens to a lot of teams though. They come in for one day, they don't come in for the next.
Yeah,
day.
I think Charleston.
They're only on Friday.
Yeah, Charleston's only Friday. I think St. Mary's is only Friday, and then Cuba's there for a couple days. And West
Is there a
Memphis.
connection with Cubo? Didn't he the coach or something used to be there?
Assistant coach used to be at New Madrid, I
Okay,
believe. or
okay. I knew
something-
there was
somebody in there used to be at New Madrid.
We're not pulling any Dallas Lincolns in there.
No Dallas Lincoln this year.
No.
That was pretty impressive that year that they brought them in. That
Chris
was-
Bosch, and then they brought in LeBron Nash.
yeah, LeBron Nash. I remember he was sat up before they played. I was up there and was with the paper and was sitting there talking to him, And he was, how many pictures are you going to get of me? I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to try to get a bunch. And boy, he put on a show. I'd got in touch with me after the fact so I could send him all those pictures.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
he did.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's one of the most fascinating things about working media, because you'll get these teams that are from just, you have no idea where they're located in the state. They'll contact you the next day and be like, hey, we saw you were getting pictures. Can you send those to us for our media? And it's like,
no kidding.
Of course we can.
Yeah, we did. That happened to me a lot. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So do many of them contact you and want to know where the stream is and things like that?
We'll get that sometimes. A lot of times, the host school, they'll ask us beforehand, is like, can we have the link to the stream, and we can send that out.
Yeah, love it. I love it. Speaking of that, a while ago, we were talking about the stream. Somebody puts out on that SEMO high school all the streams. Yeah, that's really good.
That's handy.
That is super great.
That's handy when you're like me and you're trying to watch as many games for the podcast. You can just go hit those while I'm working. I can have them running at the side. Yeah, that's very helpful.
Exactly. That's very helpful. Very helpful. Last question. Actually, no, it's not the last. It's the last of these questions. I do have one other bigger question. Best rivalry in Southeast Missouri? Football, basketball, whatever.
I'm biased. I'm going to say Dexter Bernie.
I totally agree. It's a great rivalry.
Yeah, being here for 28 years or whatever, it's Sikeston Charleston. I mean, the basketball rivalry they have, that's just. I mean,
sometimes can get hairy.
Yeah,
the basketball is typically not, but the fans can sometimes.
Yeah, the fans. Yeah, the play on the court's fine, but I've been on the floor when stuff's kind of spilled over on top of me. We all remember that.
People come tumbling down the steps.
Yeah, I was right there.
I was pretty close too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was not a fun moment.
I'd say Crothersville Hayti is also.
Yeah, that's a battle of Boot Hill.
Yeah. That's a dandy.
Football rivalry. That would be mine for football.
That's Jackson Cape. I mean,
yep.
Yeah,
it's a great rivalry.
Football, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rivalry means when somebody with
lost its kind of luster there, but
I think like Charleston would probably say Charleston-Sikeston rivalry, but I mean,
football?
don't think. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, football. I mean, I know it's a rivalry, and I know they played. 100+ times, but it's basketball's where I always feel like that rivalry is where it's at its peak.
You guys have a color rush game effectively when it's Sikeston Charleston, so I think that's notable at least.
Yep, for sure. It just occurred to me a while ago. I failed to talk about it. Tell us like where we can find your podcast. Tell us all the deets about it, as they say.
Yeah, SEMO Sports Zone, pretty much on anything. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We put it up on Facebook too, just to have it out there. So pretty much anytime anybody search up SEMO Sports Zone, something will come up about it.
Social media?
Facebook, Instagram. That's what we're running right now.
Okay. TikTok, no?
Haven't done one yet. Probably should get on that.
When TikTok first came out, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can waste so much friggin' time on TikTok. It is oh my gosh. I love TikTok, by the way.
Yeah, I think the city's about ready to get an account after the first of the year, so be looking out for that.
Okay,
so I'm kind of working on that to try to
breaking news.
trying to learn that medium.
Derek Wheatley, Sheriff Wheatley, Scott County, they put out some TikToks, some great TikToks.
I'm going to start going back to TikTok.
You got to go to TikTok, Micah. I love it. So, Facebook, Instagram. X? No, we're not on X either.
Don't have one.
Yeah,
I do X with the city, but that's about it. And it's not much anymore. I mean, that's kind of the medium that's kind of going away, really. I mean,
isn't that weird?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just more people. We find more people on Facebook and Instagram and obviously TikTok and things like that.
Yep. I do think it's funny because I run social media for A Corp Sports as well. Mm-hmm. The difference between like. The parents are on Facebook, but all the kids are on Instagram.
Yes, yes. I had I've learned that through the course of like you got to have Instagram. I'm like, well, I'm not really on Instagram. They're like, you need to have Instagram if you're going to put stuff out there. Put it on Instagram. That's really cool. So, do you have a website?
We don't.
Okay, not dedicated.
It's not dedicated to it.
Okay,
but
that's okay.
We put everything out on our social media page.
Yeah.
It'll probably be linked into A Corp Sports eventually, just because they're so intertwined.
So do you host your podcast on, like we were talking before, Andrew and I were talking before, I host mine through, your RSS feed. Mm-hmm. The Buzzsprout provides a website for me.
It does.
Oh, okay.
It's just not something I really use. I feel like typically, if I'm going to try to reach people, it's going to be through most of the podcasting mediums.
I don't even know if I have any metrics for the website that I have. I'm sure there probably are some as far as visits and things like that, but I don't see the clicks and stuff like that. I just see downloads, likes, views, kind of all that stuff. So with yours, you can upload it to RSS feed and then they disseminate it from there. Is that correct? Okay, so it's the same thing that we do here too. Okay. Any other thing? Give us some shout outs, like anybody you want to shout out to with your podcast.
Oh my gosh. I mean, every viewer, obviously it's been so welcoming, like just to see people like engage with it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Yep. Obviously, I live and die on our broadcast, but to be able to have this extra branch of just like, okay, it's not just you're getting familiar with our announcers or whatever. We're having a conversation. You can listen in on it.
Yeah.
The amount of people that just say like, on my rides to work, things like that, I tune in. It's like, okay, well, that's very gratifying.
Yep. And you guys are typically 30 to 45 minutes, an hour, maybe.
He tries to keep me around that 30-minute mark. We, I tend to go over. I can see the look on his face sometimes, like I think you've talked enough.
We're 2 hours in, boys.
So yeah. I mean, but yeah, I'm like him. Just the people that listen and watch. It's just it's kind of and just random people. I'll just be at a game and all of a sudden somebody comes up, hey, I listen to your podcast every time, and I've got friends that live in St. Louis and Mississippi and stuff that listen to the podcast, and it's just really kind of cool that that you kind of keep up with local sports that way. And
I've had some from like out of the country, and I'm thinking somebody's got to have a VPN on or something. I'm like, surely nobody from Spain. I'm like, okay, somebody not there. But
somebody might have been visiting.
They could have, I suppose they could have, but I'm like, somebody's probably got a VPN on. And said they were in Iberia or whatever. Anyway, any other people involved with your podcast that you want to give shout outs to?
I mean, it's pretty much just the Drew and Dave show.
Okay.
So I mean, shout out to all my supervisors and bosses at A Corp that kind of fund it. But for the most part, it's my Sunday.
Yeah, start say it's Drew and A Corp, and like I said, I just show up and talk. So
I think Barry is one fine individual.
Yes.
I consider him a friend, and Michelle, they're some of the finest people that I know. They do a great job, and they have a vision of what they wanted to do, and I know that's part of it. Yeah, they're unbelievable folks. Yeah, they're unbelievable, and I know that they're proud to have you guys too on there, and sort of. And they both have on, when I get the video out, you can see they both have on their A Corp Sports, A Corp Media gear. Not on purpose, right? Did you guys coordinate?
No. I anytime I'm on the podcast or I do like I'm announcing a game or something like this, I try to support the A Corp brand with either a hat or a pullover or something.
Which is really funny because I've got the opposite philosophy typically. When I'm at a game, I'm in full A Corp gear. Like that's my beat. That's what I'm on. When I'm on the podcast, I want to look as casual as possible.
It's funny because he's the A Corp employee, and I'm there with the A Corp hat or the A Corp pullover, and he's wearing his Detroit Lions gear. And,
well, it's
but I like it.
Sunday.
Yeah, it matches.
Yeah.
That's right. That is true. That's true. He's got his blue on for his A Corp. That's right. Well, guys, we're tickled to have you guys. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you having us.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked, certainly not selfishly, but I thought, you know what, this is a good way for your folks that listen to your podcast hear ours, and our folks that hear our podcast, if they don't listen to yours already, to listen. I encourage you. I put it on our website that we have it'll ask you things that we listen to. I put yours on ours.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen to these guys. I know we talk about Bulldog Nation, and we feel like we give them a dose of Bulldog sports and Bulldog perspective, but there are other, believe it or not, there are other sports that go on outside of Sikeston. Can you believe it, Mike?
And we talk Sikeston too.
I know you do.
We
I know you
mention
do.
them pretty much every show.
You do. They certainly do. And so, but there are other sports that go on outside of Sikeston, and to get a regional perspective, they do a terrific job with like you said, their knowledge. I didn't know you had all those stats. That's terrific. That's unbelievable. And I think that's something that I'm glad somebody picked up, frankly. But I don't know how you guys end all your podcasts. Do you end them with a certain like we're out of here or anything like that? Or
I usually say it's like, oh, this has been the SEMO Sports Zone. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and I never know where to look or
see David just doing like this.
Well, we end ours with
Go Dogs. That's how we end ours. You don't have to end them that way.
I can say go Dogs.
Yeah, I can say go Dogs. I live here. I got a Booster Club sign out in front of my
That's what I'm, man, David, that is music to my ears, man. I'm telling you. We end them here with Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go